What's up, folks? This is the Heavy Hitters Radio Show, man. You guys ready?
Yes.
Hell yeah.
Hey, man, I'm your host, Moose, a.k.a. Big House, man. I'm having a great day. It was a nice day in the city that I represent, man, Naptown, Harville, USA, man, Indiana. And shoot, I can tell you that I am not recording. I am so glad that somebody told me to record because I haven't done it because I'm not very smart. Of course, we're not going to post this anyway, by the way. So,
true.
I guess it doesn't matter because when I don't know why we need to record it because we're not.
Yo, we might say something profound. We might need the sound clip or the video clip for later, man. So even though we're not doing the full, you know what? Never mind.
Done deal. Done it. I've done it. Hey, Moose, aka Big House, man, Heavy Hitters Radio Show. We're up in here, man, making it happen. A Heavy Hitters Radio Show. Hell Hath No Fury, the reunion show. Heavy Hitters. Hey, I tell you what, man. So I'm the host. I tell you what, I am not freshly showered. Matter of fact, I'm not sure if I've taken a shower since, I don't know, Sunday.
Did you cut the grass today?
I did.
You got grass cut.
I don't need to cut the. I don't need to cut the grass. It hasn't rained in Naptown, where I'm from, in so long. My grass is pretty much.
It rained yesterday.
Yeah,
Like all day.
It did.
It wasn't impact rain for my grass.
I would just like to say, as a man, I guess maybe, and I've never taken this position, but it didn't rain enough for grass to grow overnight enough to cut. By the way, since it hasn't rained in 5 or 6 or 8 weeks,
that's not true.
I tell you what, please somebody look right now. Matter of fact, Ron, since you talking so much,
I will.
I want you to look up how much rain we've had in the last 2 months. If it's more than 3 inches, that'll be amazing, but it's not. Matter of fact, it barely 2 inches, which is not enough for our grass to grow and all that. All right, folks, Heavy Hitters Radio Show, man. You know what? While the lady of the show is doing some research because she's running her mouth so much, and I can't wait because this is going to be such an amazing show. Hey, man, we got Long Green 400 in here, man. What's up, buddy?
Well, what's happening, bro? It feels good to be back on the show tonight, man. After missing last week, I'm sorry I wasn't able to check in and be part of the show, but we're here tonight. Lots to talk about, lots going on in the country, man, and lots of opinions to dish out tonight.
Hey, man, it's going to be so crazy tonight, man. This show is going to be off the chains. I'm going to tell you right now. Hey, man, I tell you what, man, before I get into the other lady of the house, man, we got the one and only Monsky Love, man. He's up in here, and who knows, man? He's back in there chilling. Somebody be handing him a drink in a minute, and then he'll be in another room where it looks ominous, and then there's going to be
just the window and the blinds. There's
going to be all windows and blinds and all kind of stuff. What's up, Monsky? How you doing, baby?
Man, I'm good, man. I'll be switching locations on y'all, man.
I know.
I'm incognito over here.
I knew it. And folks, if you don't understand what incognito is, that's a beautiful statement. This means, I'm a brother or a sister, and I'm moving locations, and y'all know me. One of these type of things. Incognito. I appreciate that statement, man. Hey, man, folks, chicken. Hey, I tell you what, my little sister, you know how it is, man. I'm a brother of another mother, and we got Chicken who got another mother. But she's in the house, man, and she has one of the most amazing woman scoring stories in the history of women's scoring stories that she's going to share with us tonight, folks. Chicken, how you doing, sweetheart?
I'm good, bro. How you doing?
I'm nervous. Like I really need to take my hat off because I turn my fan on because I've heard this story and it's gonna make me sweat the entire time you're telling it.
Wow.
Hey. When I tell y'all, she texted me, she said, yo, answer your phone like I was working, right? I was like, I can't. She said, well, call me as soon as you can. I called her. She said, listen, what are you doing? I said, I'm doing this and that. She said, listen, go home, get you a drink it, then call me so I can tell you this story. And then she said, and then you're going to wake up in the middle of the night and you're going to be like, dang. Can I tell you that everything she said came to fruition? I went home. I chilled out a little bit. I went and got me a pizza. I called her because I was waiting for my pizza. She started telling me the story, and I could not believe it. I started sweating at that point. I get home, I'm cool, I'm chilling. At about 3:30 in the morning, I wake up, and that is the first thing that I think about. And I text her, and I was like, I can't believe you. Yeah, it's one of them stories. And I'm glad I'm on this side of it. Like, because if I was on the other side of it, Lord have mercy on everybody's soul that I have anything to contact with. So, I can't wait for that to come out. And what's that?
I said, oh, man.
Hey, folks. Man, it's a momentous occasion. And I'm sad that Jeezy's not here, by the way. Jeezy and Baku or whoever he would have been tonight's not here. But we got a momentous occasion, man. The one, the only one, the originals, man. Cousin Rob is in full effect. What's up, Cousin Rob?
Man, let me tell you, it's like the prodigal son tipping out and coming back home. You know what I'm saying?
The prodigal son.
I feel like Moses right now, and the new people on the show are like the ancestors to come. You know what I mean? Like, man, look at my great grandchildren on the show.
Hey, man, I am so glad you are back, man. You're here. I wish at some point, hey, folks, Cousin Rob's on the road, so at some point, if he stops and we're able to see his face, that'd be amazing. But otherwise, I'm sure he's going to have great things to add into this show, man. Heavy Hits Radio Show. Hey, and by the way, my bad, before I get into it, man, we got the lady of the house, the one and only Run. MC.
Hey guys, happy Tuesday. I'm here for this. And I would just like to say that there's a reason my name is Run EMC, and it is not because I do cardio. So there's that.
She had a joke for once. Good job. I appreciate you.
For once, they come out like every 7th show.
Oh, my bad.
Run EMC, run the emergency defibrillator up there.
Yes.
No.
Yeah. Hey, guys. All right, so I tell you what, man. This is a Heavy Hits Radio Show. And listen, we're going to have all our normal stuff. We're going to have Run. We're going to run that news. Run, what else we're going to have?
We're also going to definitely do Bruiser reviews. We are probably going to do Tell Me Why You Mad, Son, which maybe this will turn into a whole different thing tonight. We are most certainly going to do support group, maybe a random game show, and maybe Mount Rushmore. Everest? Rushmore.
Hey, folks, man. We know we have the one and only. We had the star of the show, man.
I'm sorry I'm late, man. I had some people came in town, man.
Man, we got the star of the show, man. The one, the only, LGZ M'Baku. What's up, buddy?
What's going on, man? Is that Cousin Rob? Hey, man, life's good, man.
Who is that out back there?
This is my guy, man. He came in for the wedding. Dog. You gotta give him a nickname.
Okay, well, you know what? I tell you what, we will work on it as we go through the show.
We got Peanut in the building, man.
Peanut?
It's Peanut.
Okay, did he say you heard me?
All the way from New Orleans.
I was gonna say he must be from New Orleans somewhere.
This is the Health Connection people, man.
Okay. All right, Peanut.
Peanut's on the show tonight. Yeah, is that Sincere's relative?
Yeah.
Cousin Ron got that bad connection. You know?
No, well, he's on the road somewhere, man. He's driving.
He got that net zero.
Hey, folks.
Hey, man, leave my Metro.
He said, man, Metro PCS. Hey, man, all right, listen. Heavy Hits Radio Show. You guys ready? Here we go. All right. So listen. I tell you what, here's what we're gonna do. I really feel like that the crux of the show is going to be the story from Chicken, right? So I'm going to go ahead and start. I'm going to start with Run That News so that we can get all our stuff out. Fellas, we got to talk a little bit of sports, but ladies, if you are listening to the Heavy Hits Radio Show right now, you are going to want to hear the story from Chicken. Ladies, stay tuned, like stay with us, because when Chicken tells this story, my gosh, fellas, you're going to be, oh my, you know what, matter of fact.
I got a question, though. I got a question for Chicken. Is it like KFC or is it Popeyes?
Listen, this is buttermilk, seasoned flour, home cooked chicken. Don't put me in no Popeyes and no.
I'm just saying it might be Chick-fil-A.
No, this is none of that, baby. This is homemade chicken, baby.
It's homemade Southern fried.
This is homemade. This is your grandma's chicken.
Hey, this where, look, this where you got the pot right there, and you got the flour. You clap your hands together to see if the flour, see if the grease is ready or not.
There you go.
Oh my gosh! All right, I'll tell you what, man. You know, going against the grain tonight. Run that news.
Okay, great. Here we go. So much news. So I would like to start with maybe my most favorite story. Let's talk the vice president debate. Okay. So here's the thing. I hope you guys watched it. It was not nearly as entertaining as the presidential debate. However, the star of the show was most certainly The Fly.
The Fly, yeah.
Yes.
Put on a t-shirt.
Man.
So it is now a Halloween costume. This costume is being sold out all over the internet. People can't get enough of it. People are painting their pumpkins to have Mike Pence hair and then just putting a little fly on it. But not to be outdone, at the SCOTUS hearing, there was also a fly on Amy Coney Barrett.
There was not.
On her shoulder. I wish I was making this up.
What was crazy is we watched it real time, and I text y'all. I was like, "Is that a fly on my
TV?"
I was like, "Is that a fly on his head?" I thought it was on my TV. I remember I text y'all. I was like, "Is this fly on my TV?"
I only knew that it was on his head because I had already gotten up and tried to get it off of my television.
I tried to get off my TV too.
And it just sat there for like 2 minutes.
But like, no one told this man he had a fly on his head.
What are they gonna say? Like, I'm sure it's somebody in the background, like waving their arms, like pointing to their head. He's like, I'm thinking of everything I can think of.
Right. I already said all my good thoughts. Well, and here's the best part. First, well, a couple things. The Biden-Harris campaign then that very night put out fly swatters to purchase on their website for $10.
Of course you do.
Yeah. They sold out that night. And then second thing, how much product and or fake hair do you have to not feel a fly sitting on your head for that long?
Well, real talk, Mike Pence don't have fake hair. That's all he is.
That is.
I mean, there's lots of product in it.
I mean, that man hair is not a string out of position, yo.
Right. So much product.
So much. I mean, that mug is like in tune. I mean, that mug is like just layered.
When I was little, my parents would call it helmet head.
And it's
protect you.
Like Mike Pence might be like 35 with snow white hair. I mean, his hair is like all the way white. Like he dyed white.
Right.
At this point, he's straight Eminem in the early 2000s.
Yes.
All right.
The palms are sweaty.
In the truck with
arms are heavy.
I totally missed the Biden-Harris fly swatters, man. Like, there's
They were
people
only
watching
on
this
for a
stuff.
couple hours.
Like, there's people online that literally see things and be like, "Oh, start production."
Yes.
Immediately.
Yes, I would imagine they probably started it during the debate. They saw it and they were like fly swatters. Yes.
Start pressing it on the fly swatter.
Yes.
Biden-Harris 2020.
Yep, and they were $10.
I'm just curious. As many interruptions as it was in the first debate, they couldn't make one interruption to get the fly off the man's head.
Hey, hold on, real quick, man. The best representation was on Saturday Night Live when they kind of replayed it, and then they were like, "Kamala, you have any questions?" She was like, "Nope, I'm cool." Like, you know, she's watching the flowers there. She was like, "I got nothing to say."
She was like, "Keep going, Mike. You're doing great."
Right. Hey, speaking of that,
You
man,
can't
we
keep the
got to
camera
talk
on
about
him.
we got to talk about Saturday Night Live because it's been amazing the last couple weeks.
Bill Burr is the best, man.
We will get there.
He smoked it. All right, Ron,
What
else you got?
smoking?
We will
gotta
get
talk about
there.
it.
Ron, what you got? What you got, Ron?
I'm going to just be quiet.
Dog, we love you to be back, man, but you got to park or something.
Cousin Robert, Area 41, yo.
Yeah, you got to park or something, cousin. We want you to be back, but holy cow, we want to be able to hear you and make sense.
And not trying to be a robot.
Hey, give Obama back his phone.
Peanut just came in strong, boy. He like, you know what I'm in. I'm on the show. I'm going in on y'all. It's gonna be a fun wedding this weekend, and I don't have to wear a gold jacket. Oh my god!
You don't have to wear a gold jacket.
All right, Ron.
All right, moving on. Do you guys remember when Fauci threw out the first pitch and it was awful?
Yeah.
Okay. So Trump is now saying, now here's the thing. I feel like everybody in America knows, don't mess with Fauci. He's like our saving grace right now, right? Like everybody wants to hold on to him. We love him. Trump is now saying that Fauci's pitching arm is better than his COVID response.
Ooh, y'all. I'm gonna keep it 100. Y'all can say what y'all want to about Trump, but he has the best one-liners, dog.
No, he does not. He's stupid. He does not.
Y'all can hate the man whatever y'all want to, but still, that man pitching arm is better than his COVID response is a nice comeback.
No.
The thing is that it was actually Mike Pence's COVID response because he's the one in charge of the COVID, COVID task force.
I get it. Y'all politicizing the joke. I'm talking about the joke. I'm not talking about the man in itself. I'm talking about the joke. The joke was funny. I'm sorry.
No. Hey, no. The best.
It's funny. It's funny.
The best one is this, man. Y'all gotta be careful of the Kung flu. Like I still chuckle over the word Kung flu. Like
Kung flu.
Yeah, it's ignorant as can be, but for some reason it's hilarious to me, man.
Funny.
Yeah.
He's a pro wrestler, dog. Put it on a t-shirt.
He's like, y'all can't see the Kung flu.
The Kung flu, yo. It's funny.
So you know what? He might be. He's not an ignorant guy, but he's goofy. A lot of people don't like him.
He called that man Sleepy Joe.
Right. And I like Biden. He's like he just called him a clown. That's all he had coming back.
Yeah. And Ron, you can laugh and sleep. And Ron, you can laugh and sleep Joe. It's okay. It's okay.
I'll laugh at some point, but not yet.
Ron, you can laugh at Sleepy Joe. It's funny.
I will laugh at some point, but not yet. So Trump actually sent out the tweet that said, actually, Tony's pitching arm is far more accurate than his prognostications, which I'm not even sure is a word. Then he said, no problem, no masks.
What are you talking about?
That's what Trump tweeted out about Fauci.
I can't say no problem, no masks.
Word.
I've
heard of prognostic.
Prognosticator.
This guy said, on my way to Florida, big crowds. Like, dude, you just had COVID. First of all, can anybody talk about how the fact this dude had COVID for 2 days and now he cool?
Right.
Again? What's really going on?
He still had it. He still got it. He's messing around. He
says that he's the perfect physical specimen, and that's why he healed so quickly. I can't say that one without laughing. He also told everyone at the Florida rally that he'd give them all a big kiss because he's over COVID. He's cured.
You know what, Trump?
He will not get it. He's immune.
You know what, though? Please, give them all kisses. Please, all y'all. Go to this rally, man. Know what, y'all heard on the Heavy Hitters first. At the Trump rallies, please hug each other. Please shake Trump's hand. Kiss him.
What's that called? French kiss, man. Tongue kiss, dog.
All of that.
Yeah. Matter of fact, you know what? Hey, this is Moose. This is Moose, aka Big House. If you want me to pay for, I don't know, 5 or 6 people to come from another state that want to go to that rally that are Trump supporters, I'm in. I'll do it. You know what?
Please, I implore you, man. Hold hands, raise them up, say 4 more years.
Tongue kiss.
Matter of fact, get each other's faces and scream 4 more years in each other's faces.
No, close your eyes. Say 4 more years. Like, keep your eyes wide open.
Flare your nostrils.
Yeah.
Yes.
Make sure everything's open.
Make sure you swap your hand sanitizer for a little bleach.
No. You can all carpool also.
Leave that bleach at home.
What do, man? Y'all can eat the little Tide Pods, man. They'll have a Tide Pod challenge at the rally.
That probably clean out the COVID from their system. Sounds like a good idea.
They gonna eat the Tide Pod.
And hold on. I would just like to say some of the messages you hear on the Heavy Hits Radio Show are unsafe and should not be done. But if you choose to do so, that is of your own volition. It is not, the Heavy Hits Radio Show is not telling you to do that. So if you want to do that, if you want to do that, you go ahead and enjoy yourself. But we do not want you to do that.
Just know before you did it, we did not speak ill of you. That was your choice.
That was your
correct.
Exactly. Good job, guys.
Very correct.
We had a question from Peanut.
All right, go Peanut. What's up?
My question is what I ask people. Why does everybody believe that the whole thing pertains to Trump? Racism is not Trump. It's the people. The things that happen in this world are because of the laws that we allowed to come into place without voting in the local area. And I'm just over... I feel like people are overzealous as far as the fact of just blaming one person. It's like blaming one person for a relationship breaking up. And it takes more than one person for a relationship to end. So how do we as people feed into just Trump and then scream because of Trump all the people are doing the racist things? No, that's what's already in their heart. That's what they've already been doing throughout history since you can look back and see. So my thing is, why do we get caught up on just that one person when it's not him? Even if you look at Biden and the laws he's put into place, I mean, hey, the proof speaks for itself. My thing is, I would say not to just keep saying one person because it's not just one person. That's what I want to know. Why does everybody keep saying Trump when it's more than Trump that makes the laws? The laws were made and the laws were written before Trump got in the office that affect us to this day that we don't like before he got there. People have been having injustices way before Trump was even in office. And now we get here and now everybody's blaming one person. Why do you not blame all the people that came before him?
All right, go ahead, Moose. Go ahead.
Can I answer this, guys?
Go right ahead.
Hey, Peanut, that is a great question. And I feel like, though, that is now, that your question is now starting to infiltrate the minds of others. Here's what happens. I think that throughout history, all of us have been caught up in the fact that the president is the one that kind of causes all of the drama, makes all the decisions. That is not the case, by the way. So if we vote systematically for the correct local municipalities, that'd be your mayor. Your mayor then appoints several people that affect the local government. If you appoint your correct governor, your governor then appoints people that affect your state municipalities, and then your president, who affects your national municipalities. See, those are things that we don't think about. So if we did it right, we would be paying attention to our local congressmen and senators, and not even that, our precinct committeemen, right? Are the people that represent us at the state level. See, we really should be paying attention to all of those people because then they bring their friends in that affect us. See, the thing is, we don't pay attention to that, Peanut. And, and we have not been asking that question a long, long time. And then, you know what? And Moose, I stand right here and I'm on video and I'm out here around the world. You know what? At one point I had myself in position to make a change, and I made some horrible decisions that precluded me from jumping into those seats that can affect people like Long Green 400 and Monsky and others, because I had myself in position, and then I made a mistake, or I made a decision.
Damn, Jeezy life don't matter, man.
You live on the other side of town. You live too far away. That's all. You live too far away.
No, I'm still in Marion County.
You crack me.
Ain't that a bitch?
You crack me.
He made me and Mosky charity cases, bro.
Hey man, look, everybody. Oh wait.
Help people like Long Green, Mosky.
Hey, you know what's funny? Hey, here's what's funny. And that is the perfect picture of politics. I love all these people on here, and both of them got mad because I mentioned one positive, I didn't mention the other one, and everybody, and all of them was mad at me. That Peanut, that's politics. That's politics in a nutshell. We all love each other, and everybody was mad because I couldn't help all of them at the same time, or I tried to help them and they didn't want the handout. So anyway, folks, that was amazing. So anyway, folks, here's what you do. Man, make sure you pay attention to your precinct committeemen. Make sure you pay attention to your local congressmen and your local senators and your city county council. Your city county council is probably the one that's gonna be talking to you that you got the most access to. So your precinct committeemen, your city county councilman, then your senator and your congressman in your area, and then obviously your governor, and then your president. So Peanut, you are right. And guess what? People have not paid attention to that. This might be the first time a lot of our listeners have even heard of that. But that's the ones you pay attention to, sir. So yeah, you know what, Peanut? We prepared for this, man. Heavy hitters are prepared to answer that question, baby boy.
One thing I like to say, though, also in the local, at least where I'm living at in Texas, you can do the local people that do legislation. That's at the bottom level when you deal with city council and the people in the mayor's seat. All those people go forward with making laws also in your local area. But, yeah, that's great info.
Right on, brother. Did you say mayor's seat, by the way? That's all. We ain't going to talk about that. Hey, guys. It's Heavy Radio Show. Hey, Run, what's up? Run that news. Go ahead.
Yes. Okay, so moving on with Run That News. We have a couple more things to talk about with the election, and then we can move on from that. So maybe one of my most favorite stories to come out. Excuse me, I don't have COVID, I have allergies.
The 19.
I don't have COVID, I have allergies. I am quarantined, but I don't have COVID, I have allergies. Okay, moving on.
Every day.
So, the Biden campaign is maybe kind of slightly a lot desperate for the black vote. And so they have found a new way to reach black voters. What are they going to do? Well, they're going to take New York battle rappers and they are going to allow them, I'm not kidding, they're going to allow them to rap about voting and why you should vote for Biden and Harris to, quote, say they can do it for the African Americans.
See, here's my issue.
Why? Stop.
Don't pander to me. Stop with the pandering, man. Just talk to us like you talk to regular people, man. We are regular people, though. Everything ain't gotta be put to us in some rap song, yo. That's ridiculous, man. That's pandering, man. Y'all not find out to be a problem?
No, and you know what?
All of a sudden, do what it is, Moose. If you got a gay friend and you want to reach out to your gay friend, you start talking like this. That's ridiculous. Let's talk to him.
It's not for you. It's for the younger generation. It's for my.
That's even worse.
But
no.
But don't you think that'll work?
The point is that though it's not for us. It is for the younger generation, and unfortunately, they will be swayed because of it if their parents.
A TikTok video.
Jeezy, hold on, Jeezy.
If people like me and you don't step in and educate our children, they will be susceptible to what they see on social media. It happens every day. And listen, as a publicist, let me tell you, you are going to advise your clients to use whatever works. And at the end of the day, the social media, the hip hop culture, All of that works with the younger generation. They're using all of their tools. It's stupid to waste tools at your disposal. So if you have tools to reach a specific audience, it is ridiculous to not use them. Now, of course, it won't work on us because we're smarter than that. But my daughter is 16 right now. She'll pay attention to that. My 23-year-old might pay attention to that. And that's the audience that they're trying to get, because those are the people who are less likely to vote or more likely to sway back and forth. By the time you get my age, you already know pretty much where you're voting. It doesn't really change as an adult. You pretty much stick with one party. But they're trying to influence which party these kids sway towards at a young age. So they're going to use their hip hop, their TikTok, their Instagram, their all of that stuff. And it's going to work if you and I don't step up as parents and be responsible for making sure that our children know where to go to get the facts about the people who they are voting for.
Long Green 400.
I definitely want this to change the culture moving forward. I look forward to the day that the young people will come to the city council meetings as young adults and bust rhymes when they present their questions and scenarios. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're sitting up for that. Like, if you educate me in an ignorant way, you know what I'm saying? I feel like I'm obliged to then come back to you when I need to speak to you on your level and give it to you the same way that you broke it down for me.
So would none of y'all be mad if Joe Biden walked up to you and be like, "What up, home slice? Give me 5 on the hat on the backhand side." You want to be offended, man?
He's not doing that.
What's up, Long Green, bro? What's up, bro?
He's using the people in the culture who have permission to do that. He's using them to do that for him. He's not. He would never do that. He's not stupid.
He on TV. Hey, y'all my ninjas.
Hey, hold on. So Long Green 400. You said they're gonna go to the meeting. They're gonna be rapping. They're gonna so like, all right. So real quick. I want somebody to be the city county councilman that welcomes. So Long Green, you're the city county councilman that welcomes Moose to the meeting. And go.
Next up on the agenda, we've got Moose, a.k.a. Listen, is it Big House? Moose, a.k.a. Big House. Can you step to the microphone, Moose, a.k.a. Big House, and present your scenario to the floor?
Thank you, all the city, county, council peoples, and for sure you, Long Green 400, being from my hood. I just want to give all the honor to my mama and God for what I'm about to say. But I just like to say that I'm tired of talking to y'all fools. But we need more money in these damn schools. It's really silly to me that we can't understand what's happening. But I see the river. It keeps on dropping. It keeps on dapping. I don't understand what's happening with my hood, but people keep on calling me talking about, is your house good? They want to give me more money. They want to pay cash for my crib. And I'm trying to tell them, I raised my babies in here. I wash their bibs. I'm sick of this. I'm sick of y'all calling me, trying to mess up my crib and my hood. If y'all want to mess with me, y'all better come with that cash and give me the good. And I still ain't moving.
Was that more like a spoken word?
Well, I Big House.
Yeah,
Big House.
Yes, sir.
Did your mama vote for Biden in 2020?
Well, I can tell you that my life is pretty decent now. We ain't messing around. And I bought half a cow. I got that grass-fed from out the way. It doesn't matter. We just got to make it a brighter day.
Can Young Mogul please come to the mic, please?
Yes.
Can Young Mogul?
Next up, Madam Secretary, we got Young Mogul. Young Mogul, please come to the microphone.
Yo, what's happening? What's happening? So I want to say that, you know what I'm saying, that, you know what I'm saying, well, we going to ride with Joe Biden, you know what I'm saying, because we say riding, we on that paper chase, and we out here slipping and slide. We don't want no fracking, because y'all cats be slacking, you know what I'm saying, Young Mogul, you know what I'm saying, we going to keep our oil, you know what I'm saying, we going to get rid of that coal, you know what I'm saying, that's the goal, you know what I'm saying, cats be getting high, Flints be having that fly, you know what I mean, Young Mogul, baby.
Young Mogul, sir, I just want to say you serve two purposes, young man. You show us one, that we do need to invest more in education in our schools. But you also show us that you don't need an education to be smart, brother. You keep going, Young Mogul. You profound. City Council rocks with you, young brother.
Young Mogul, baby.
Excuse me, Long Green 400. I believe there's Ryan EMC, who's also a member of the community.
We still take. You want lunch break?
So while I am the only pilgrim,
Order.
I'm sorry.
Order.
We didn't have enough.
We're gonna give you your time on the floor, but you make this quick. It's about that time for us to hit recess.
I'm speaking. So while I may be the only pilgrim in the 46222, I'm still here for this, and pineapples. My name is Run.
All right, we have ran out of time. I'm sorry. We've heard enough.
What's that?
I like to say,
rappers are just going to say random words that don't even go together.
Gentlemen, I would really enjoy to hear this. It sounded like it was going to be a rhyme.
No, yeah, that was all. I already rhymed once.
All right, please go. Just because Mr. Secretary Long Green 400, I am so interested to hear this rhyme here.
Okay, pineapples. My name is Run, and with y'all, I'm for none. Biatch! That's it. That's over.
The council is confused, but your voice matters as well.
All the current rappers are lame.
And I would just like to say, I would just like to say that if any of you saw
wine, is it wine in that mug?
There is wine in that mug, but that's not my rap.
I would just like to say, if any of you saw the Bill Burr monologue on Saturday Night Live this weekend, it just made total sense on that rap that we just heard right there.
I don't think so. Let's talk about it though.
Long live Bill Burr.
I tell you what, guys, because Chicken, did you see it?
No, I didn't see it.
All right, are you guys ready? Hey, folks, this is the Heaviest Radio Show. We are going to play. Let me see if I have it. Okay. So we're going to play the monologue from the Saturday Night Live the Bill Burr episode. Are you guys ready? Here we go. Let me see. It didn't come up. What do you guys see?
I see your screen sharing, so you push play.
Well, it didn't come up. It was like something.
It just says Moose AK. There it is.
Here it is. All right, here you go. You guys ready?
Yes. We got to do this more often. This is good stuff.
This is the best right here.
You
guys ready? Volume. Here we go.
Put the volume up.
Volume? That's all. Let me see. That's all I got.
Turn it up on your computer, not on the app.
I did that.
I've been doing stand-up forever, and this has always been a lifelong dream of mine to come here and host Saturday Night Live, so thank you so much.
I wonder if the show is picking it up.
Is that better?
During these difficult times, you guys all look like surgeons with your masks on. It makes me feel comfortable that you're wearing masks. I like people who wear masks. That's good. You're listening to the eggheads, the people we all cheated off of in high school, right? Keep listening to them. And then if you don't wear a mask, that doesn't bug me either, right? Take out your grandparents. You know? Maybe I'm a weak cousin with the asthma. I don't care. It's your decision. There's too many people. It's a dream come true. If you're that dumb and you want to kill your own family members, by all means do it. Stops you from reproducing. It's literally a dream come true. And speaking of dreams come true, did you see Rick Moranis got sucker punched on the Upper West Side? New York is back, baby! We lost our head for a minute. City started looking like a giant Bed Bath & Beyond, and then Ricky took one in the chops. It had to happen. That's what happens when you stick an M&M store in Times Square. All right? The universe has to balance itself. Get the peep shows back in Times Square, old people can walk safely 40 blocks away. I don't know. I'll probably get canceled for doing that joke. You know, how stupid is that cancel thing? They're literally running out of people to cancel. They're going after dead people now. They're trying to cancel John Wayne. It's like that dude. God did that 40 years ago. They're all up in arms. They're like, did you hear what he said in that interview in Playboy in 1970? Can you believe that? It's like, yeah. He was born in 1907. That's what these people sounded like. You never talked to your grandparents and brought up the wrong subject, and all of a sudden it went off the rails. Just keep making the cookies. Yeah, you don't bring up race or religion with your grandparents. You keep it simple. Anyway, I don't know. I guess my grandparents are older. I don't know. Plowing ahead. Let's talk white women here, shall we? Let's talk white women. Amazing your accomplishments over the last few years. I got to tell you, the way white women somehow hijack the woke movement, generals around the world should be analyzing this. Just to refresh your memory, the woke movement was supposed to be about people of color not getting opportunities, the at-bats that they deserve, finally making that happen. And it was about that for about 8 seconds. And then somehow, white women swung their Gucci-booted feet over the fence of oppression and stuck themselves at the front of the line. I don't know how they did it. I've never heard so much complaining in my life from white women. It's so hard with my SUV and my heated seats. You have no idea what it's like to be me. Trashing white guys. The nerve. Where's the camera? The nerve. You white women. Listen, I don't want to speak ill of my bitches here. Okay? I know. Well, let's go back in history here. Okay? You guys stood by as toxic white males through centuries of our crimes against humanity. You rolled around in the blood money. And occasionally, when you wanted to sneak off and hook up with the black dude, if you got caught, you said it wasn't consensual. Yeah, that's what you did. So why don't you shut up, sit down next to me, and take your talking to. I haven't been in New York for about a year. You know, I was here last year. I was shooting a movie. Had a great time with Judd Apatow, Pete Davidson, and all the guys. Yeah. And I haven't been here in like 13 years, and I immediately noticed how extra crowded the city was. And I was getting all claustrophobic. I'm like, what's going on? How much are people not using safe sex and making all these babies, you know? So I finally walked up to this old New York door guy, and I was just like, dude, what's going on? What's with all these people here? And he was just like, oh, no, don't worry. He goes, it's June. He goes, it's Pride Month. And I'm like, what's that? You know, I'm 52. I never heard it, right? They didn't have that when I was a kid. He goes, oh, it's Gay Pride Month. And I was just like, oh! You know when you're just like stuck in the Matrix and you just can't, everything's just pressed up, you can't see anything? And then somebody gives you that little nugget of information that just pulls it back? Like, when's it so Friday? It's Gay Pride Month. Tank tops. 0% body fat. 2 guys kissing. June is Gay Pride Month. That's a little long, don't you think? For a group of people that were never enslaved.
Yeah.
How did they get all in June? Dude, black people were actually enslaved. They get February. They get 28 days of overcast weather. Sun goes down at 4 in the afternoon. Everybody's shivering. Nobody wants to go in the parade. With July, these are equator people. You know the sun for 31 days? These gay black people, they can celebrate from June 1st, June 31st, 61 days to celebrate. All right, that's all my time. We got a great show for you guys, everybody. Champ Paul is here.
I don't know where to find that.
I'm all for July Black History, dog.
What's that?
I'm all for July Black History, yo.
So, what did you guys think?
Getting the July Black History, man, that'd be too lit, bro.
That's what I'm saying. Turn up. Turn up, dog.
What did you guys think about that monologue? I tell you what, I'm going to start with D-Lo, and then I'm going to go to Jeezy, and then I want to go to Run. You know what? No. Run! What'd you think about that monologue?
So I didn't think it was funny at all. And while I think that the points he made are true, the first time I watched it, I perceived him saying, sit down and shut up and get this talking to, as white women should be seen and not heard and just sit down and shut up and listen. So I actually already had this conversation once today. And so then I sent it to some of my friends, both white and black. And I just said, hey, just give me your thoughts on this. And they all told me, now they're all around my age, all women. They all said they didn't think it was funny. They felt like it was disgraceful. And even several of them said they didn't think that even the Pride Month little section was funny either.
Of course not.
And maybe, I don't know if it is a generational thing or if it's a gender thing or if it's a race thing, which is why I sent it to people of two races. But I didn't think it was funny at all. And yeah.
Well, I want to respond to Run real quick. But first of all, Run I think your ears heard what he said about the sit down and shut up and take this talking to wrong.
I think I did. Because after
your female ears hear part. All you heard was shut up and sit down. What he's saying is no, you sit next to the white guy, me,
sit down next to us.
Talking to. Yeah. That's what he meant by what he said. He didn't say you white women sit down and take this talking to. He said no, sit down right here next to me because you benefited from everything that I've done, everything that we've done. You benefited from. So no, take this tongue lashing with us. Sit down and listen.
So after I had this conversation earlier today, that was explained to me, and I said, that's not how I perceived it, but that makes sense. And so that's also part of the reason I wanted to send it to some people to see what their thoughts were too. Well, and they all took it the same way that I did.
Because women hear that's one of the biggest frustrations with men and women in arguments is that women take pieces of what you say and then shut the meter off. Everything shut down. Everything after that. All you heard was shut up and sit down, and you completely toned out. Yes, and it showed through your study that everybody else that you played it for zoned out and didn't listen to nothing else he said.
Real quick. Chicken.
Yeah.
I played that for you. You heard it. What do you think?
Yeah. In light of everything that we've seen happen in this country over the past several months, involving white women being racist and that type of stuff. I mean, I wasn't obviously offended by what he said. I do agree that, he said it in a comical way, but his point was made that they do need to sit down and listen as well and be willing to be open to the conversation and accept the same level of responsibility as men. as white men. They do. I agree with that.
It was almost like he was saying, they was like, oh, we ain't even like y'all. Like we've been chilling with y'all all this whole time, and then it went bad. And it was like, we ain't with y'all.
It's almost like, in my opinion, like white women play both sides of the coin. It's like when it benefits them to be considered a minority, then they want to be considered a minority, and they're just like us. But when it benefits them to use their whiteness, they use it. And that's just the truth. And I think that's what calling them out on. It's like, nope.
Well, I want to say the history behind what the perception that you had as far as with the women, it goes back to women's liberation back in the day. When you come up with the fact that we said the Caucasian woman. Before that time, we had the black struggle, right? And with the black struggle, you had the male and the female in the same power struggle. So when you take about how you're going to break down a unity, you take one of the things that they did was they allowed the Caucasian woman to say what she wanted to have rights, but at the same time, they saw the fact that, okay, well, how they were already wanting to break down the black family by not having the man in there. So another way we can break them down and cause division is by having the woman, the black woman, saying she wants rights also. Not just the rights that were meant for the black people because of the wrong that the black people were having as an injustice as a whole, but if you take away from that whole, you only have part of the pie. So that makes the pie weaker. It's not a full pie. So you take the woman away from the man, the black man, and now you got the woman with the Caucasian woman, and y'all are all fighting for the same thing, and it causes diversity. Well, the division between the black man and the woman, and now you're arguing about the fact that because of my rights as a woman and these and the other things that go along with it. But that was just something that I learned I wanted to say in that statement you were making about the women. I'm trying to think of the words that you use.
Hey, Peanut.
Both sides of the coin.
There you go.
Peanut, I'm sure that Chicken had some very fancy words, man. She's a very well spoken black woman, so there's always gonna be some stuff that we can't even pronounce. Hey, so here's the thing. Here's the thing what's happening, man. Heavy Hitters Radio Show. You guys are listening, man. We appreciate you being here, man. We got Long Green 400 up in the house, man, with the green screen. I can't wait till we can utilize that as part of our show, man. We got the lady of the house, man, the one and only Run. MC. She's up in the house, man. And, man, I tell you what, man, the star of our show who is sharing his screen with Peanut, so we only see half of him tonight. So we got he's the one and only. He's the one and only El Jeezy Mbaku, and he has a special guest, man, in the friendly confines studio, Peanut, man, from
Nolans.
From Nolans, but he for sure said he lives in Texas, so he's tripping.
He's from. Okay, we can ask him right now. Do you claim New Orleans or do you claim Texas?
I claim home.
Are you a Cowboys fan or a Saints fan?
I've never been a Cowgirl fan. Hold on. Don't shoot me like that, bro.
He got an attitude with you.
Hey, that's why I say Cowgirl. We don't even say cow.
He got an attitude. Ooh. Yeah, you know what? All right. Hey, man.
I like the pause. He said, we don't even say cow.
Yeah.
I like that.
Hey, beignets all days for you, homie. I'm with that, man. Hey, man, we got Chicken in the house, man. My little sister, man. And then obviously the one and only Monski, man, who was original. Jeezy, what was the name of it? League of Extraordinary Gentlemen. Yeah. Hey, and by the way, man,
see in the background with that beard, looking like Amish.
Hey, in the background, man, I got the little seat, man. Hey, he got a sack. He got a sack last week, man. Balling out, man. Football player, man.
Look at his beard. He got a beard with no mustache. He Amish.
Look at him, man. He's a big dude, man. Hey, all right, guys.
I have a question that I would like to get to after we finish our Bill Burr chat.
All right, go. No, go right now.
Okay, great. So my question, and I've had this conversation with some of my friends I talked to today. So we have all pretty much agreed that, we have all agreed that white women have jumped this fence, right? Like, whatever. And so I'm not going to say hurtful things about my gender or my race. So where's the balance for allyship? Like, how do white women serve as allies other than just dating black men? Because that's my high horse right now. And listen, because here's the thing.
How is that being an ally?
Just because you date black guys doesn't make you an ally. Here's the thing. Last week, I'm going to call it out, and this person's probably listening, and they're probably on the screen right now, and if they'd like to chat, we can have that conversation, but it's bothered me for 7 days. How are you going to date a black man, and your response to police brutality is resisting arrest? That's my high horse right now. I'm a little fired up about it. How do white women serve as allies without taking over for the black voice, and how do we not jump to the front of the line like the bit talked about?
Well, first of all,
wait a minute. I'm trying to figure out how you think dating black men makes you an ally to begin with.
Well, I don't believe that. Several white women do. Well, how could I be racist? I date a black guy.
That's actually working against the black family and against black women who
tell us more.
Do not date outside of our race. That doesn't make you an ally. In a lot of circles, that makes you an enemy.
That's
so
funny.
just because you riding the black horse doesn't make you on the friendly team, sis. That's not how this rolls.
She said riding the black horse.
She did.
Sis.
That's real life.
All right. Let me say this. Let me speak to answers Run's question. The first rule is we get some information from. Hold on, I'm getting all kind of bugs in here. All right. The first thing, from my opinion, from my thing is you can't be madder at something than we are. That's the first step. Like if we like, man, that ain't nothing. Like we ain't really tripping on that. Then you can't trip on that because we ain't tripping. Like it's certain things that don't bother us. That is kind of like small stuff that we don't even worry about. You can't make it a big deal.
Right, hold on, Jeezy. Listen to me.
Yes,
all right, so you are talking to us. You got to talk to the people. So when you say pilgrim women, white women, can't be madder than black people, black men, black women about social issues, correct?
Oh, what I'm saying is, if it's an issue that we are not mad about, it's not a big deal to us. They can't make it, and then in turn make it a big deal.
So white
Can I ask
women.
a clarifying question on that, please?
So white women cannot be more mad than the black population about certain social issues. Go.
I would like to ask a clarifying question.
Go.
So, and I guess I shouldn't just say white women. There are white men who are allies too. Okay.
Yeah.
Not very many, but there are some.
How can you say that? How can you? I'm sorry. Go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead. Continue.
Okay. Because that's what's true in my circle. So, Jeezy, my question to you is, how do allies know what is an issue for the black community versus asking their one friend and their one black friend, maybe Candace Owens, saying, oh, that's not a big deal. He was a criminal. How do we know the difference?
Jeezy, before you answer, Long Green 400.
I mean, listen, I think the first thing for anybody who wants to be perceived along the lines of an ally, you got to listen. You know what I'm saying? If you're not listening to us, then it's really all for naught. But, you know what I'm saying? I mean, Bill Burr was correct, man. I mean, white women have hijacked a lot of things. And, you know, when we look at the protest around the country from this summer or what have you, like everything was so serious with the whole George Floyd situation until the memes started dropping of white women and eggplants. You know what I'm saying? And then after that, the whole focus had shifted. You know what I'm saying? So I believe that white women are the biggest sexual predators in America. Because as soon as we said the house was on fire, they threw their coochies at us. You know what I mean? And it was just unbelievable, the shift as far as, you know what I'm saying, how they were willing to show their allyship. And yeah, man, it's interesting times we live in.
So I'm a little lost. So you saying the Pilgrim women didn't say we don't need no water, let it burn?
Yeah, because they were going to grab the hoses.
What you said?
Everybody ain't got a WAP. Some of y'all got as I said before, a COP, community ass pussy. Anyway, okay. But here's the thing. Like,
pineapples, man, pineapples.
The issue is this. When you say that the word ally, which is some new coin millennial phrase that y'all decided to bring up, and now it's like the new word. I'm gonna be an ally, whatever. The way you listen to people is that you have friends and you speak to various people who don't look like you, and you listen. If you're in a room of people that look and think like you're in the wrong room. Period. You got to be in a room of people that has opposing opinions than you have. Be in a room that people don't necessarily look like you. And when you're in those rooms and you talk to people who don't look like you, think like you, and then you formulate your opinion and you listen to the different ways that people talk, that's how you be an ally. You understand. Like D-Lo says, listening and understanding.
But there's nothing. You got to go back and talk to your people. You know what I'm saying? Because they don't want to hear from us.
You have to act. You have to act on your new knowledge. You have to act on your new perspective. Just listening to somebody and being like, "Yeah, boy, I feel you." No, bump that. Keep it moving. That's not ally.
But also, chicken, to that point is everybody don't have that ability. That everybody is not an activist. Like, everybody don't have that activist gene. So. Well, I guess what I mean by listening is saying, you know what, you can affect your immediate circle. You can affect the people you're around. So if
that's activism, raising your children to not be racist.
Right.
So everybody.
So what I would ask is, Chicken, can you provide us some examples of ways that people can act? Because I mean, and the reason why I preface that is because I have friends who are pilgrims, and long-standing friends. And after hearing them talk about some of the social issues that went on, I had to question whether or not I even call you a friend anymore.
Hey, wait, and Monsky, I appreciate you, man, but here's the thing. Unfortunately, as far as time is concerned, we have to get into this to the meat of the conversation here, and that. Real quick,
I want to hear his rebuttal, though, man.
No.
Midstream. My man was peeing and you stopped him.
Here's why I say this. Like, I don't think she can give activists information and with the story she's about to tell us in the same stream. Like, it's not happening. And so here's what I need. I mean, like, I need her to give us the hell hath no woman scorned story, because that is where you guys are going to give your most compelling arguments. Chicken, are you ready?
I'm ready.
Have you had substantial shots of wine?
I'm good. I'm good.
All right, gentlemen and ladies, are you ready of the show?
I'm ready.
Okay, here we go. All right, Chicken, the floor is yours. And here's why I do this. We're over an hour in, and even though people listen to our show, and it's kind of like a morning show, they listen to it, half hour at a time. I want this to get in here. I want, we've been talking about this for a couple weeks, and today's the day. You ready, Chicken?
I'm ready.
Folks, Everett's radio show, man. Hell hath no fury like a woman's scorn, man. It's a reunion show, although we lost Cousin Rob. Man, we got the one and only, the star of the show, man, El Jeezy M'Baku is in here with he's got some house guests and a fancy chair behind him. I don't forgot his name already.
Peanut.
It's not Peanut. And then
I'm just giving it to you.
And then we got Fox 100, DJ Long Green Fox 100 in here, man. We got Lay the House, man. Run EMC, Monsky Love's in here. All right, Chicken, you ready?
I'm ready.
Guys, you are about to hear one of the craziest stories in the history of stories. And oh my goodness. Go.
Y'all buckle up. All right. So, I am, just to kind of set the tone for this situation, I am legally married, but separated from my husband. Okay. He is from a different culture, and we had some cultural situations that took place, and I decided that I needed to separate. So I've been separated for a couple of years and reacquainted with someone who my high school sweetheart. So I reconnected with my high school sweetheart. So essentially, just to put it in perspective, it was an entanglement. Okay. It was an entanglement. I will say that the relationship was 30 years in the making. So we started out junior year, went to prom, had the perfect relationship for 2 years on every possible level, just connected on every possible level. And then I got to my freshman year of college, started dealing with some daddy issues. My father came back into my life in a really toxic way when his father passed away. He decided he wanted to be a dad, but hadn't been a dad and didn't quite know how to do it. And I was pretty much grown at that point. And then there were some other things from my past that started resurfacing. And so I realized that I needed to get out of this relationship. So we'll call this man Jay. I needed to get out of this relationship with Jay so that I could focus on my own healing as a human being and as a woman, so that I could make it through the rest of my life without carrying all of this baggage with me. And he didn't want to let this relationship go. And so he became a little stalkerish. I ended the relationship, and then he continued to pursue me very aggressively. And so at that point in my mind, because I was already kind of in a broken space, I kind of just took the relationship for what it was, as a situation that would probably be with me for the rest of my life. So I will categorize it as pretty much a 30-year love affair that never really manifested into anything that led to marriage or anything like that. Just a part of my life. So about a year and a half ago, we reconnected and had what I would consider to be kind of like just a jump start back into a relationship. We had dated off and on during our 20s, and then things didn't work out. So we had reconnected again after our initial breakup, but this time was a little different. You know, I went out to Vegas for a conference. He hopped on a plane right behind me and flew right behind me and showed up and, you know, did all the things that a guy would do. And so we started this relationship. About 6 or 8 months into it, I needed to take a little break. I felt like maybe I was getting a little too invested in the relationship, and so I needed to step back and reevaluate some things. And then when this pandemic hit, I reached out to him again. He is a very successful professional, and so I reached out to him just to check in, make sure he was safe, and all of that type of stuff. And then the relationship picked back up again. All right. So that picked back up again around March, April. A few weeks ago, well, actually in July, he introduced me to a concept called link funding, which is where people come together, they pull their resources together, and then they bless people financially. So it's kind of like a modern take on
it's the Susu, Juicy, yeah.
Yeah, it's a modern take on a Susu. So I didn't know anything about this lifestyle at all. And he kind of brought me into it, and I really kind of got fascinated. So, you bring me into something and it seems interesting, I dig in deep into it. So I got in really deep into it. He introduced me to it. And again, it was a new dynamic of our relationship, because our relationship had already been all of the things that a normal relationship would be. Even though we didn't necessarily put a title on it, it was all of the things that a relationship, would be. My family knew that he was back in my life, and, we were spending all the time together doing all the things that couples do. And so he brings me into this giving community. And I get a call from a guy because it's my turn to bless in. And so he calls me, and I answer the phone. I'm like, hello? And he's quiet. He just pauses. he's like, yeah, is this such and such? And I'm like, yeah, it's me. And he was like, oh my God. And I'm like, what is it? He's like, I'm having deja vu. And I'm like, okay. And he's like, yeah, you just remind me of somebody that I know. Okay. And so then we proceed to talk about the business of this Susu community. And he asked me about the person that brought me in. He was like, so I see such and such brought you in, Jay. And I was like, yeah. He was like, so do you know such and such a chick? We'll call her Elaine. And I'm like, nope. He's like, you know Jay, but you don't know Elaine? And I was like, I have no idea who that is. He was like, are you and Jay close? I was like, nope. And he was like, so you don't know his girlfriend?
Wait. Has everybody caught on? You don't know Jay, but you know his girlfriend Elaine. All right, go.
You said March, and it was a relationship.
So, and I'm like, no, I don't know. I don't know her. So we finish our business and we get off the phone, and I'm like, he just dropped a bomb. So let me figure out the best way for me to take advantage of this bomb that he just dropped.
Oh my God.
And so I called Jay and I said, babe, such and such called, and it's time for me to sow my seeds into this community. I want to make sure that I have plenty of financial resources in case the situation doesn't go the way I planned. So I'm gonna need a little drop. It's like, how much?
A loan.
Like,
you need a loan.
No, I need a drop.
Right, but you need a loan from him though.
No, it wasn't a loan. It was a gift. I need a drop.
Okay.
She ain't paying it back, Moose.
All right, go ahead. Go ahead, chicken.
So he's like, how much you need, baby? How much you need, baby? I said 4 G's. Just 4 G's. That'd be good, just so I have a nice little buffer. He's like, all right, babe, so this is what we're going to do. So tomorrow night, we're going to go take care of all of that. Come over, spend the night. We'll have a good night. Great. So this was on a Thursday night. So Friday night, I have basically 36 hours or maybe 30 hours to kind of figure out how I'm going to approach this situation. Because I already know that this bomb that this guy dropped on me, like, it was legit. It was a legit bomb. And so I'm trying to figure out what is the best way to approach it. So the next night turn comes up. It's Friday night. I get all sexy and I go over there. We hop in my car. We drive to the bank. He deposits the money in my account. I give him my card. He deposits the money into my account. We stop at the liquor store, get back to his place, and he always has this habit of making me special drink. So he makes me a drink. We're in the kitchen, and things pop off, right? I hit record. And I pretty much record all of our time together from that moment until the next morning.
D-Lo, you're amazing. Like, D-Lo looks like he's watching the best. He looks like he's watching the best show ever. Anyway, go ahead. So okay, so
it's. I mean, we are who we are. Okay, this is 30 years of love right here. So we are who we are with each other. So it pops off all over the house, and I record it all. I've got audio, I've got video, I've got photos. I'm recording everything. The next morning we wake up, and I'm like, let me just to make sure I get everything I need. Let me have some dialogue, and then let me end this on an appropriate note. So we wake up the next morning, we kiss and all that type of stuff, and I say, babe, I'm recording now. I got my phone in the bed, record. I said, babe, what day is it? September? He says 26. I'm like, thank you. So then we proceed to do what adults do. And I left his house. And I didn't quite know exactly what I was going to do with all of the information that I captured. But I felt like the relationship was over. I felt like the relationship was over. Between the time that I had talked to the other guy and he had dropped that bomb and the time I showed up at his house, I knew for me, I was done. So this community that I was telling you about, they were looking for some more people to help on the team.
There you go.
And I volunteered to help on the team. And so they were having Zoom interviews very much like this one with several people who were interested in being more engaged in the community and helping on the team. So I get on the call, and lo and behold, Miss Elaine is also on the call.
If you guys don't remember when the guy said, "Oh, I know this name. Do you know his girlfriend Elaine?" Now, boom, here they go. They've been connected.
So I get on the call, and I notice her. Now, in the past 2 days, I've done a little bit of research to figure out who she was, and she had actually introduced him to this community. So she introduced him to this league funding community, and he brought me into it. Now, he didn't have to bring me into it, okay? Like I said, he is very successful. He could have just continued to break me off, and I would have been none the wiser. I would have been totally fine with, the situation the way we had it. But he brought me in to this same space with her. I guess assuming that we would never, ever cross paths. But we did on this Zoom call. So the host of this community, the founders of this community, they greeted us. They asked us to introduce ourselves. And I was the first person who they wanted to introduce myself and tell a little bit about myself and how I had gotten into this community. So I was like, oh, it's time to, this popping off. God has aligned this up beautifully. And so I proceeded to introduce myself, tell them a little bit about my background. And then I say, and my boyfriend, Jay, introduced me to this community. She was on the camera and she dropped off. Like, she hit the stop video. She hit the mute. She was probably taking my picture or whatever it was she was doing. And she dropped off for a good 2 minutes. And then she pops back up. And then when they get around to her introducing herself, she introduces herself. She tells a little bit about her background. She lives out of state. We'll say she lives in Kansas. And so she says, and Jay also introduced me to this community, right? So she wanted me to know that she knew him too, except her story wasn't true because she actually brought him into it. He didn't bring her into it, but she just wanted to have the opportunity to say his name so that I could see her. So we get through this call, and after this call, I messaged her and I told her that, I got a call from this guy who mentioned that she knew Jay, and that, he seemed to be under the impression that they had a more personal relationship than the relationship that I knew about. And I told her, I was like, that would be absolutely devastating to me because I've been in love with this man for 30 years. So I think we need to talk, sis. And that was pretty much the tone of my message. I think we should talk, sis. And so she responded back and said that she had reached out to him and asked him about me, and that he said that we dated in high school, nothing more. So I said, oh, okay. At that moment, I sent her one of the images from Friday night. And it was a very telling image that would be impossible for him to dispute the timing of when the image took place, because there was something on the computer screen that wouldn't have been on the computer screen prior to them knowing each other and dating. And then I sent her a picture of us on vacation. And I said, does this look like high school sweethearts to you? Do we look like high school kids to you? And so during that time, my phone is blowing up. He's calling me, asking me about this call and what I said. And at the same time, he's, communicating to her. So she responds back to me and tells me that he came clean to her and admitted that we were in a relationship and said that, he was sorry. And at the same time, he's blowing up my phone, but I'm coming to your house. So I showed up at his house and I asked him, why did it? We don't argue. We don't fight. Our relationship has always operated in love. We have never really been aggressive with each other in any type of way. So I was very calm. It was a very calm conversation. And I was like, why? And he proceeded to give me some excuses for why he felt like he needed to date me and date this woman in Kansas. At the top of his list was the simple fact that he just couldn't let me go. It had been 30 years. And during this 30 years, I guess let me provide some context. So in the relationship, when we weren't physically connected, I've always felt his presence in my relationship. So very same group of friends. I've always known that he has kind of like stalked my life. I've always known that I've kind of been his muse and that he has always tried to duplicate me in his other relationships with other women. So I have eluded him, but he's always looked for me in other women, trying to capture me in other people. And he admitted that on this Sunday evening when we talked, that he's always been trying to find what we had again in his other relationships, and he hasn't been able to.
All right, chicken. Good question.
Right.
All right.
Yep.
So at this point, man, you done blasted this cat all over the place, man. You done.
I didn't blast him all over the place yet.
I mean, you know what I'm saying, like his own little, like with him and his woman.
Right. I think in that moment, I needed him to explain to me why he didn't just let me go, because we didn't need to be together. He knew that if he told me he was dating somebody else, that I would walk away, and he didn't want that. He didn't want that. And it's weird because, as you and I discussed, he was doing everything for me that a man would do for a woman in a relationship. I had no reason to suspect that there was anything else. Every aspect of our relationship was on point. Every aspect of our relationship was on point. And so I had no reason to suspect. I'm not a super clingy person. So you have your freedom. I have my freedom. But I never had any reason not to trust it. But I also know that we never really put a title on things because it wasn't an appropriate thing to do.
All right, hold on one second. Because I'm sure there's a little bit more. Holy cow.
There's more.
Let me see here. D-Lo, you any questions so far?
He's good.
Okay, so I'm on the story, and I'm just curious. So it sounds like you blew up his spot. You know what I'm saying, for dealing with somebody out of state, but you're separated. You know what I'm saying? Like it just seemed like that don't quite seem fair. You get to be legally separated, but you also get to blow up my man's spot too. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm trying to understand this part. That feels like it breaks
He
all.
didn't say I was right. I'm telling the truth.
True.
Oh, it breaks. Yeah, it does. Now I will tell you that I
got a quick question.
Hold on. One second. Just let her answer the first one first.
Who's the bum that calls and says, "Oh yeah, you don't know so and so"? Like, who is this guy?
He didn't do that.
Let her answer the first question first.
He didn't do that on purpose, but what I can
You'll never say that, man.
Hey man, y'all stop. Hold on. Stop. Everybody stop.
Moose, you open the door up.
Everybody stop.
Let her finish. You know what? I'm sorry.
Everybody stop. Look, y'all couldn't wait to talk. Listen.
One time.
Wait, no, Mosky, no. Let her answer 400, and then Mosky, you can go next because holy cow, Jesus is gonna hog the rest of it. So please let her answer Mosky. Let her answer 400.
So I'm not saying that I was right. Okay, I bit like I said. For all intents and purposes, I had filed for divorce, and my husband refused to give me a divorce. Chris can tell you, I filed for divorce, and my husband was not letting me go.
Who's Chris, by the way? Is Moose on the show?
Oh, Moose.
Sleeping with the other man.
Huh?
Does he know you was with the other man?
Sure, divorce.
Yes.
No, yeah, but oh yeah. Hey, no. I will say this, man. Oh boy, I mean this was way past. Like I don't understand why he won't sign the papers, man. He's African cats.
Like for instance, Fly saying that's what the story to be.
Hey man, please let Jeezy. I already know, Jeezy. Hey, all right, I tell you what, Monsky, go, man.
Okay, I I probably got 10 questions, but I'm not going to ask 10.
You gotta let me tell you finish the story.
What I will say that I appreciate is that she said, I'm not saying I'm right, because what a lot of times women do is they try to justify the method to their madness, and that ain't got pineapples. That ain't got shit to do with nothing.
Pretty much. Yes. And I'm not saying I was. I know that it wasn't. All right. So I send her these photos, and I tell her, I was like, does this look like we're high school age? Because in this photo, we are kissing. He's holding the camera out. We're in Vegas, and clearly we are 45 years old. Okay,
naked.
Clearly we are adults.
They're naked.
Wait a minute. We weren't naked in this picture. Oh, okay. This picture, we weren't naked. The first picture that I sent her of him on the couch on the computer, that was post intimacy. We were on the couch. He had the laptop in his lap, and I had my legs on him, so you could see my legs and his body, but that's it. But it was obvious from what was on the screen that the photos were recent, because those images would have never been on the screen a long time ago. Lord, okay, so I'm telling you, my actions were designed strictly towards him. She was irrelevant to me, quite honestly. So she responds back when I sent her the picture of us in Vegas. She responds back and she tells me that they talked and that she's praying on it and that she just wants to have a future with him. Yeah. And the thing that I think triggered me, I will tell you my trigger. My trigger was her telling me that he said, we dated in high school, nothing more. And that's when I pulled out the 28-minute audio of Saturday morning and uploaded it into her chat and made sure she understood exactly who I was, not only to him, but who I was as a person.
All right, guys, real quick. And I'm just going to say this, man. I love Chicken. You know what? I love Chicken, and me and Chicken had some problems back in the day, and then we figured it out, and she got back together. I love her, right? But, man, she has taught me a humongous lesson. I mean, ladies beware, like, hey, man, put your phone in this bag. I'm putting it in my freezer overnight. You know what I mean? If I'm not married, like Musa is married, right? Hey, man, put your phone in this bag. I'm putting it in the freezer overnight, dog. You are not. Matter of fact, here I got this thing. Like, you know how you like wand the chick down, man, dog. Hey, dog, you come in the Compound Studios, you getting wanded, man. I'm not with that. Second thing. Hey, man, here's what I'm doing in life. You want to be down, then come on in. If you don't, then don't. Right? Because Chicken for sure smoked that. No, Jeezy.
So I sent her the 28-minute audio of Saturday morning and all that transpired Saturday morning. He's verifying the date. He is confirming that we've been together for 30 years. He is reaffirming his love for me. He is wrapped around me, doing things that I'm verbalizing. And it escalates into a full-blown quickie, real quick. Session. Okay? And I sent it to her, and that shut it down. I didn't hear from that chick.
All right. So hold on, Chicken.
Now hold on.
Wait, Chicken. Wait.
Let her finish the story. You keep cutting everybody else. Let her finish the story, man. I'm impatient. I'm over busting the seams, man.
All right, my bad.
Let me finish. So at the same time that I uploaded to her, I uploaded to him because I want him to understand that I just took you by your bank account, your balls, and everything else. You tried to play me, and you thought you won, but you didn't realize what was happening the past 48 hours.
He won! See, oh my God. That's what women don't. That's what y'all don't understand. Women, y'all don't understand.
So let me explain to you how he did it.
He won. He won.
No, let me finish. Let me finish. No, he did it because you don't know him. You don't know him. So he's devastated.
He won.
Okay, you see it that way, and maybe from your perspective he did. Nobody won.
But what about the
But,
cricket?
hold up. Let me tell you that. Hold up. I've said very little during this whole thing. Let me tell you how just a small, minute thing of how he won. You went in knowing about the other woman, right? When you found out, right?
Yeah.
All your actions were supposedly to do something to get back with him. As far as
it wasn't to get back with him; it was to end it.
To get at him.
But to
It was
get
to
at
end it,
him,
because I knew.
Okay, now
The way to get even.
Now, from a male perspective, from a player's perspective, right? Let me say that because I've been there. I was there for a long time. So,
Long time ago. Long time ago.
as far as doing the facts,
The game is much different now.
no, believe me, it really isn't. But the thing is, if he's doing the things that makes you feel like a woman and makes you feel like he's that part of a man, that's what a player is. That's the whole objective, is to keep you where you stay in this corner and feel special and you don't go anywhere because I'm treating you like the woman that would have a man in the house with her, but you don't. So you're stuck on the fact that he loves me and he treats me this way. He takes me here and I've done all that. I've done, like I told my daughter who's 26. There's going to be the guy that gives you the roses. There's going to be the guy that tells you he loves you. There's going to be the guy that's going to pick you up from work and says he doesn't even want sex. There's going to be the guy that's going to lay in the bed with you and say, you know what? Not right now, sweetheart. And you know why? Because I was that guy. My grandfather told me the best thing you do is get in a woman's mind. Money, I can always replace that. That's why the most important thing on earth, I tell any woman and any person, is time. When you barter your time for life and work, you're selling your life to go to work. It's the same thing. So you can't stop and say you did something to him when the only thing you did was play his game by giving what he wanted, the sexual things, the act of all of those things. And that's all he wanted because he never wanted to put the ring on the finger. He just wanted to keep you there in that box and give you the feel of, I love you and you need me and I need you for this moment in space. But he has the other person. So it was never going to be, he was going to leave off with you, marry you, and all of those things because you would have never had that situation. That's all I want to say.
But I didn't want that situation. I think you're. That wasn't.
You never had it in mind.
Well, I guess what we're saying
I didn't need him to have it in mind. I didn't have it in mind.
Both of y'all, I think what it is both of y'all got what y'all wanted out of the situation. In your mind, you felt like you got even because you basically ruined his relationship with the other woman, which it ain't ruined. It won't be ruined because he'll find a way to get that back as well. Because that's what he does. It seems like that's what he does. Like guys like that, that's what they do. So you can blow up the spot and play the video, and he'll probably flip that into 8 different things because she'll be like, she already said I'm praying, so all you gotta do is send a couple of God scriptures, and then she back inside of the camp. You know?
Right.
She back on the team. You know what I mean,
and
like,
she can be. That's perfectly fine with me. And she can be. And she is. So it took her 2 weeks. Okay. It took her 2 weeks. And then she reached out to me the other day and told me what I already knew. All right. So let me back up. So I sent him all the stuff. And I told him, he finally put the pieces together like, dang, she really just did this to me over the past 24 hours. Like she recorded, she did, all of this stuff. And so he blew up my phone and I wouldn't answer his calls. The next morning, so this is Monday morning now, he reaches out and I'm like, what? He's acting like absolutely nothing happened. Like you didn't get this video from me. Like he acted completely like nothing happened. Asked me how I was doing. Asked me how the baby was doing. All the typical things that he would normally say, the I love yous and all of that stuff. And I'm like, dude, no, just no. And so,
hey, Chicken,
let me.
Chicken, you didn't tell me that part. You know what that is? Just like Jesus and everybody said, he is a for real and true player with an A.
Okay, he can. I'm just not playing the game. All right. So here's I think what happened is I think I felt responsible or obligated to have him in my life for so long. You know, when I tried to break up with him, he was very much suicidal, and there was a lot of guilt in there. And he's always it made me feel guilty for breaking up with him. You know, I'm the one who broke his heart and all. You know, the guilt stuff.
Yeah.
And I felt always obligated to kind of stay connected to him, and I felt like this was my out. But I also felt like if you are stupid enough to put two chicks in the same spot unnecessarily, he could have just broke me off with some cash and I would have been none the wiser. If you are stupid enough to put me in the same spot as some other chick you are kicking it with,
Who's that say how you feel about you?
Hey, folks, listen to Heavy Hits Radio Show.
It's how he felt about her because she introduced him to it so that he could build wealth.
Well, he didn't have no idea that Slim Shady was gonna call you and be dropping jewels on people.
But Slim Shady
that was the person that he didn't account for this dude calling you and saying, "How you know Jay?" Oh, so you know Eleanor, his girlfriend. Like, who does that? So the dude Jay had no idea that Tom was gonna call you and be dropping, and then all of a sudden started dropping jewels out of nowhere.
So the guy who called me doesn't know Jay. He knew the other girl. And he knew that she brought Jay into this community.
Any man would be like, once I said a little bit, like, you know Jay, oh, okay, but I'll just keep talking. Like, I'm not finna, but he kept, like you said, he kept going like, oh, you know Eleanor, Jay's girlfriend.
He originally when we talked
he was trying to get a chicken.
He thought that I was her because he said we sounded just alike, and it just goes back to what Jay was saying all along, which is that I have eluded him, and so he seeks me in other women. And so for whatever reason, this girl reminds him of me.
So was Slim Shady seeking you too?
No, I had no idea. He didn't even know I existed. All he knew is that Jay introduced me to this community, and I don't think he was trying to be shady at all.
Oh, he wasn't, but he's just speaking out of school. I never said he was shady, but like, you never get that information.
All right, guys, listen up. Hey, guys, hold on 1 second. Hey, folks, you listen to Heavy Hits Radio Show, man. This is Heavy Hits Radio Show, man. Fresh from Naptown, man, Indiana. It's 2020, and holy cow, we have stepped into some mess, man. It smells funny, even though we're doing a Zoom show, man. I mean, I tell you what, when I first heard this story, I just, like I said again, I couldn't believe it. I mean, there's so many twists.
Well, I was more animated when I shared it with you. The shit was funny as hell.
Yeah, because it was fresh. It was fresh. This was a couple weeks ago.
So, dude, what is dude doing now? He's still trying to act like nothing happened?
I refuse to engage.
Yeah, she ain't talking to him. Hey, real quick, Ron. What's your thoughts on this? We have not heard from you. We heard from all the fellas and chickens.
You haven't heard from me yet.
Yeah, we have heard from you.
Ron is on respect on the show, though. You ain't new here. Ron, we don't listen to Ron at all.
No, yeah, you guys never listen to me. That's why I just stayed muted, because I figured I was not invited.
There you go.
So I feel like it's a little much to record it, but I understand the wanting to do that. I have a friend that's a lot like you, Chicken. And here's what I will say that I respect. Like, you didn't create some fake account to send these messages like so-and-so's messing with so-and-so. Like, you just owned it. Like, hey, here's what's happening. Everybody needs to know. Here's the information, and do with it what you want.
People do that.
But I will also say, only 28 minutes. I'm disappointed.
Hey, hold on. 28 minutes is a long time. Stop it. Shit, that's a whole episode of Friends. That's a whole episode of Friends. That's a half of basketball. Like, stop it.
Hey, you need to take that stuff to baseball players.
First of all, we 45. We
No, I have my thoughts.
We got shit to do.
46.
Listen, I know how old y'all are. I'm just saying.
We got things to
No,
do.
it was he had a workout appointment with his personal trainer, so we only had
Fair.
so much time before he
Yeah,
got
we
there.
do
The workout. If you was,
If you
Also,
do
you
it for
would
2
have
hours,
to
you
like
be over
14
2 over
clips
40
if it was
minutes.
longer
You
than
over
I mean,
15
on
minutes too long.
the audio tape, we talk about the fact that we went at it all night. So that's on the audio tape. So when she got this
even
tweet,
into that. That's
Huh?
not even
Anything over 10 minutes too long. The sports center coming back on. We got commercial breaks.
Oh my gosh. Although I will say, I'm thoroughly disappointed in Elaine that she's going to pray over it.
Because you want him.
no,
But he's going to keep
with
doing
us.
it.
Run.
She buckled down. She's not leaving. She's buckled down.
Yeah, she want him.
This woman, she thinks, here's the thing, she thinks she hit a lick because, like I said, he's very professional. So when this all blew up, and the next weekend came around, he popped on a plane and went to see her. So he's very good.
But
He's very
I'm disappointed
good.
in you, Miss Chicken. I'm very disappointed in you.
That's fine.
Why does she have
To
to
be
wait a
such
minute? I'm gonna defend a woman.
What's that?
I'm gonna defend a woman. Why she gotta be like she hit a lick? Why can't she just be in love for 30 years?
And that's why I'm offended
She
by
wasn't
Miss
right.
Chicken.
Good.
Very offended.
You're offended by me?
Oh, wait. Listen. Guys, I want to hear what Peanut has to say.
I want to know, how does a woman of yourself think of yourself as a beautiful goddess and knowing that you're in that situation and stoop down to that level? And
I came off my throne. You are absolutely right.
To go
I
forward.
completely came off my throne.
But hold
You
up.
are
You didn't do it once.
right.
You did it twice. Once is okay. It's like, all right. But then you intentionally do it another time. It's like, come on, you're a better person than that.
Peanut, you've been
gotta
there.
stop that.
Peanut, you a man. I love chicken, but you know good and well you done made a woman act different several times because you was doing what you're supposed to do. Come on, man.
Hold up. I'm just speaking of all fairness because I have a 26-year-old daughter.
Yeah, oh,
Right?
okay.
And I used to be this wild dude driving trucks all over America.
Oh, man,
as they said, having households here and there. But
Which way is up? Hey, anybody remember the movie Which Way Is Up?
But the thing is, when you learn life, and as we said, we get older. I'm 46. Like you grow a different respect for yourself and your outlook and how you perceive life and things that you do are supposed to change. And then when you going and having a confidence in yourself before this person even came to stoop to that level. And I don't even know you personally. I've only gone by what I've heard from you and heard from E. Like I just, as a person, like I'm holding you up to the standards that you say you are. Like every woman should hold the man to the same thing. You know what I'm saying? Stop saying what you are and hold yourself accountable and hold that man accountable. If you found out, that was advantage for you to just, as when you got the 4,000, to me it was like, okay, I'm going to hit this link. He thought he played me. Now I'm going to walk off and I'm going to send you the info that I got that said that you have this other chick. Now to me, that's player. Like, okay, you thought you were playing me. Now I'm gonna show you. I got your money and I move forward. I ain't give you no sex, no none of that.
But she wanted the sex, man. She still wanted the penile. But no, she got the problem herself.
This wasn't about wanting that. This was truly about, because when I tell you that, and this is going to sound really crazy and probably narcissistic, but when I tell you that this man has loved me and idolized me for 30 years, I mean it. Any excuse or opportunity he has had to inject himself in my life in any way, he has done it for the past 30 years. This relationship has been probably the hallmark of both of our adult lives, literally since we were 16 years old. And for me, it was, feeling like, because he's a good person, I guess. But feeling like the pressure and the guilt
not
that
you
he's
guessing.
on
He's
me
a good
over the
person.
past 30 years for hurting him, it just...
You do realize that's part of the con, right? Some people, some guys have what they call the long game, and it's like as long like you saying the whole part of like what he said was he wants you a part of his life. So any method, whether it's making you feel guilty, or I'm gonna hurt myself, anything to make you feel guilty to keep you in his circle, he was willing to do it.
I'm sorry. Wait a minute.
Okay, I needed.
Hey, hold on. 1 second, Monsky, go ahead.
I gave Chicken props when she said that she was wrong. But
you sleep?
But again,
open your eyes at least while you're talking.
I'm sorry. She stated that this man has done his due diligence to inject himself in her life. But you keep describing your relationship over 30 years as love. How is it just all him?
It's not. It's not him. It's you two.
I will say I have loved him too during this time, but I have never wanted or even attempted to pop up in his world or disrupt whatever he had going in life. If when I came back into his life, he would have just been honest with me. Like I say, we have always operated in love. I absolutely wish you the best. I want you to be happy. Go on and do your thing. That would have been perfectly fine with me. Perfectly fine. But the lying and the trying to play two black women and the pretending with both women at the same time, this girl, unlike me, okay, this girl is thinking that she's in a real full-fledged relationship with this man.
But she is.
Well, she is, but until she finds out that she's not, until she finds out who he really is.
I mean, you can have a relationship with two different people. You can have that.
You can, but she didn't
be
realize
full fledged and love and all that with two different people.
Hey, I tell you what.
I wanted out.
Hey, heavy hitters, real quick, man. This has been a compelling conversation, and holy cow! I mean, do you love two people? Do you love one person? I think it was interesting, and I would just add to this that like I've been a part of this this relationship for several years. So 30 years now. But I mean, like when I was a part of it, it was 20-year relationship. It was that kind of thing. So I definitely understand. Like I understand Chicken's side of it, and being a man, I have expressed to her, kind of how it goes. I mean, especially knowing that this guy is a successful professional. So you know what, he has figured out a way to manage his time with the love of his life, possibly, and the loves of his current life, if that makes any sense. And that's the way that he's doing it. And you know what? Power to him for doing his thing. And you know what? We don't know if Chicken's gonna go back. Chicken might go back and get her some. We don't know. We don't even know.
Come on, Chris.
She can say that right. I don't know why you keep calling me that since my name is Moose, aka Big House.
Sorry.
But
I wanted to add some finality to this situation.
All right, be quick. You got 2 minutes.
Who? Me?
You. Yeah, ready to go.
I wanted to add some finality to this situation because I felt like it had run its course. Like I felt like I needed to be free to live my life and move on without I hate to say baggage of him riding with me for the rest of my journey, but I just really wanted it to be final. I really wanted it to be final. And I felt like in that moment, scorn doesn't even put to it what it was. I was genuinely hurt about it. Obviously, for me to respond the way I did, it wasn't a glorious moment. Like I said, I completely stepped off of my throne for that. But I will tell you where I am with it right now.
Yeah, I was gonna say, how do you feel about it? Good.
I'm totally at peace with the whole situation because I'm free of it. There's no coming back. At least on his end, there should be no coming back. There should be no showing up outside my house, knocking on my door, at my job. There shouldn't be any of that. After what I did, there should be.
You say it shouldn't be, but it will be. In about a week or two, he'll pop back up, and he'll probably give you the hey text.
We've talked about that for years.
Yeah,
hey,
you up?
That's not. He's an intellectual, so he's not that basic when it comes to communication.
That ain't got nothing to do with it. Okay, oh, my bad.
He'll give you the equivalent to a hey text.
Okay.
He might say something else.
Hey, Jeezy, be like this. Jeezy be like this.
It'd be like the communications have been shut off, so he's been blocked. So they're
he might write you a hand letter. He might write you a hand letter with some 1946 penmanship.
With no stamps on it, like
sprayed on it. With some die car sprayed on it.
I'm really hoping that she keeps him occupied enough with trying to make amends with her that he just keeps going.
All right, listen. Hey, listen. We are not sure what's going to happen. My hope is that everybody just has some closure to the situation. I know that talking to Chicken, man, she was, I feel like she has closure. And she'll figure something out. And old boy obviously has a relationship that he has to fix, and work on. And guess what? More power to him. If that girl wants to hang out with him after knowing what his stilo is, I mean, all of us know he's not going to stop necessarily with his stilo. He's going to just move forward with somebody else that he might have known. So it ain't that big a deal. Hey, man, it's the Heavy Hitters Radio Show. You listen, man. Hey, I tell you what, man, the first half was amazing with all the information and news you can use from Run That News. And man, we got the star of the show, the one and only Jeezy and Baku. We got DJ Long Green 400 in here, man. We got what's her name? EMC, Run EMC. Man, we got Monsky. We got Monsky Chicken. We got Monsky and Chicken in here. And Peanut, man, from representing one of them wards up in there, but he's from Texas right now.
1.5. Now, I ain't from Texas. I'm from New Orleans, Louisiana, West Bank, Fisher Projects. You heard?
Yeah. Hey, we heard him.
Hey, bro, I got a question. I got a question for you, just so we can end this story on a funny note. Yeah. What will you do differently now with women based on what I just told you?
I already told you. Yeah. I'll tell you what, Jeezy, you go first, and then Fox 100 Mosky, and I'll go last.
So what would I do differently with women?
If you're given the same situation. Given the same situation, yes.
I might be the wrong person to ask that question to, because
just answer it quickly and move on. Let's go.
I would do that differently.
I would love to know how you would have responded.
What?
But if I was in that situation, if I was dude, I would just double down. I would just go even deeper into it, because first of all, it's I'd have been okay, now what?
Gotta trump it out.
So one of y'all gonna stay. Which one's gonna be? And you just
play the cards right there, both stay.
If my game right, if I got the right thing to say or the right gift, if I know here's the thing. As a guy like that, he knows your love language. He knows what gets you. He knows how to talk to you. He knows what to say.
But he didn't see it coming. If he knows me so well, he did not see that coming.
What I'm saying is, he'll know how to weasel his way back into your life. It may not be today. It may not be tomorrow. But 6 months from now, when you kind of your guard's down, you're not as pissed off again. You miss his face. You see his smile, or whatever it was that attracted you about him. He knows that, and he would throw that little rail out there, and as a man, know if you crack that door open, we kicking it in. So if you crack that door, what's that? Oh, I'm in there. I'm back in. She spoke to me. If she responded, she gave me any kind of interaction.
Don't let y'all have mutual friends. If y'all have mutual friends, it's a wrap.
So what?
Well, we have the same circle of friends. My best friend and him played football together. They're still very much connected. So I think when I say that he has always woven himself into my life, he's always known where I am, what I'm doing, who's in my life. He's never lived more than 10 minutes away from me. He lives 10 minutes away from me now.
If it was me,
the opportunity of knowing that.
Yeah.
So he's never been far. Like literally, he lives. He's never been more than 10 minutes away from me.
To be honest, that's some level of comfort. Whether it's consciously or subconsciously in your mind, that's some level of comfort.
Me.
Yeah.
That he's not far away. And
I said that. I said that when we broke up in college and he was like stalking me. He stole a university vehicle from his college to drive to my university after his parents took his car for harassing me. And like I said, I still felt like, okay, this is his version of love. This is just what he's done. He's broken. It's my fault. I'm now responsible for his heart. And so I've kind of carried that guilt with me all of this time. And I feel like it has made it difficult for me to be freed up to fully love somebody else, but I want to. Yeah. And the only way I could absolutely do that was to completely destroy this, which is why I did what I did.
Hey, I got a question.
To completely give birth to this baby so that I could be free of it, because nothing else I did was ever going to be enough to make him leave.
But not that point to it. Now it makes sense.
Can I have one question? Chicken.
For you was looking for a definitive way out for you. Like, you know what? This is my way out for me. Now that I know how you are, I can paint you in a different picture, so I won't keep going back to you. So you got your closure in that regards. Okay, now that makes sense. Not everything kind of makes sense. It was more so for you, not necessarily for him. Okay, I get it.
I needed to make, this is going to sound bad, because you don't want to say I wanted to make him hate me, but.
Oh, he ain't gonna hate you. No. If that was you hoping, you did a bad job. 4,000. I mean, you gave that man all kind of jack off material when you sent him the tapes and everything. Like, he's good to go.
He got right. You own some of his friends' picture posts right now.
You gave him actual footage of the spank bank, so he probably there right now with his phone up, like, he in the mix.
He just added some creamer to that coffee.
Man, I wanted some coffee in the morning. I don't anymore, Peanut. Thank you very much for your addition. Hey, 400, what you got? 400, what you got? You had something to say.
I was trying to get closure in the story myself, and I wanted to bridge everything back together, because I thought I heard something when the story was being told that was rumor, but we never quite addressed it. But were there naked pictures?
Yeah, of him, not of me.
Yeah, there's naked. Never mind. It's like her legs, and his whole naked body.
That's all right. We didn't need to dive into that.
She smashed him. Hey, all right, Ron. What are your female pilgrim thoughts on this, Karen?
Wow, did you say Karen?
I mean,
well,
the only reason I said Karen is because of your thoughts with Bill Burr, man. I'm still flabbergasted.
Listen, I'm not the only one. I'm telling you. Okay, but I will answer the question that is posed to me so that we don't get back into this.
All right, Karen.
I think that you were in a toxic relationship, Chicken, and that's why you felt the need to make him feel the way that he now hopefully feels about you. And I think that it's important to recognize that early on. And unfortunately for you, it was not something that you saw. And so I think all women at some point have felt that pressure, like we are responsible for whatever that might be. So I totally understand like the closure part of it now. I think that part was important to add to the story because we were all a little bit confused. And hopefully he doesn't reach back out to you. And hopefully I hope Jay and Elaine are so, so happy. And I hope that Elaine opens her beautiful eyes because he's going to do it again.
What's wrong with, no, Elaine's in love. Let her be in love.
She can try to be in love.
Hey, but Elaine is not Chicken.
Landslide Chicken.
Chicken's
And whoever that dude was, I hope somebody smashed out his tail light, yo, just for being an inadvertent hater.
You talking about the first guy?
Yeah, you the one sprung this whole. Because like if you're on a Zoom call, Jay could be anybody. There's a million Jays. All of a sudden, you're like Jay, what? Yeah. Inadvertently, he just dropped the ball. Speaking of the school, yo.
Oh, there is one more thing I would like to say. Chicken said that she had done some research a couple days prior to the Zoom call. And gentlemen, the ladies do this. We already know. We already know.
Listen, man. There's a reason why my name is LGZ everywhere you go.
Oh, don't worry. We'll find you.
You can Google me all day long.
Find a piece of information, I'll find it.
You can Google me all day long, yo. You ain't gonna find me.
I have a special set of skills.
Do you realize that I could screenshot your face right now, upload it into Google, and find you?
Yeah, they'll drop images, but I'm telling you right now, all my stuff is locked down, secure in the vault. You can go to my Facebook page, you just be my picture. That's all you gonna see. That's all you gonna see. But I get it. I mean, women got a special set of skills. But also, y'all got investigative skills, and men have.
I will tell you. Listen, I'm be honest with you. His skills for 30 years have trumped my skills. I never knew how. I don't know how he knows most of the stuff that he knows about my life for the past 30 years. I don't know how he gets.
This is how it is. Women,
I don't know what I'm seriously. The other day when I was outside my house, I swear his car was parked outside. I don't know how. But
y'all have the women's skills is investigative. Y'all have the investigative gene. It's the gene. It's the gene why women excel at data entry jobs and jobs. There's a reason why, because you just got to keep digging and digging and digging. There's a reason why. Men, our skill is the art of persuasion. And that art trumps all your investigative work, all you want to, because we have the art of persuasion. That's why when men get on in debates, we know how to change the argument. If you watch the debate, no one answers the question because it ain't about the question. It ain't about what you saw. It ain't about who called you. It's about what are we doing tomorrow.
Hey, you know what? Hey,
and then I'm going to keep asking you what we doing tomorrow until you say, well, I kind of want to fuck with a child. And then after that,
hey, speaking of...
if I keep ignoring your question...
Hey, hold on. Listen, guys. Speaking of what we're doing tomorrow, listen, the Heavy Hitters Radio Show, man, tonight, 2020, what's today? It's, what's the date, guys?
Remember, listen, that's so funny, because remember
Moose.
Whatever.
What the heck?
Listen, you said, I told you, whenever some chick ever asks you to date, don't ever.
She's recording, Joe.
Never answer the date.
Right.
Ever again.
Right, you're right. But you know, I got this. I mean, I'm being recorded. Hey guys, listen. We've been 2 hours. You know what? We can go longer if you guys want. That's fine. You know, people listen.
You never answered what you would do differently.
Hold on a second. Chicken, chill. Look, I'm not Jay. All right, I got to run this show. I'm already being recorded. On video. So it's okay. Like I know I'm being recorded and videoed, and there's like about 35,000 people that are listening to me. You know what? I'll tell you all about it if we're going to go further. Guys and ladies, are we going to go further in the show, or are we shutting it down? D-Lo.
Yeah, I'm rolling with everybody else. I'm cool if we go with it.
Run.
I mean, I was going to answer the same as D-Lo, but if we all answer that, it's not helpful. I would not be upset.
I got a few more minutes and I'm out.
All right.
Let's go on Jeezy's time schedule.
All right, we're going to Jeezy. Hey, folks, Heavy Hitters Radio Show, man. We have been a little over 2 hours, man, and we've had a compelling conversation, man, with one of our guests today, Chicken. We also have guest Peanut that's from Nolans, and then we have Monsky Love, man, who's one of the originals from the. Man, how come I can't never remember how it goes, man? The League of Extraordinary Gentlemen. Thank you. I got some kind of Dane Bramage. All right, so you guys like that?
That's not a word, is it?
Dane Bramage. Yeah, listen to it. Listen to it.
I know what you're trying to say.
Yeah, I did it on purpose because I obviously don't have that. Hey guys. All right, so listen. Heavy Hits Radio Show talks about lots and lots of topics, but man, we spent about an hour on this transactional debacle of a relationship that went over 30 years, where there was a young man that became a professional from high school that liked this woman who's with us today, Chicken, that then they found another woman, and it was just a mess. I mean, don't get me wrong, there's questions that I had that I never even asked before. Like, you know what, like Chicken has had children. Chicken has 2 children that are less than 30 years old, but this relationship with this guy has been more than 30 years. Guys, listen to that. Mm-hmm. So at some point there was obviously some breakdown in the relationship.
Yeah. When I talk about the 30-year love, when I say that, it was a spiritual, emotional thing. Only occasionally was it ever a romantic thing. It was more of an understanding. It was more just.
Hey. So sometimes I chuckle because there's conversations that happen.
We had lives separate from each other. Okay, we had whole lives separate from each other, but this love seemed to always transcend dating, relationships, marriages. Even it was always in there somewhere, and I
All right, hold on one second, Chicken. D-Lo, you got a question, and then it's time for a game show related to what we're talking about.
Okay, so Chicken, my question is, at this point, with where you're at with the situation, if this has kind of been your life's pattern for 30 years, as much as you want to be away from it, are you also willing to accept there's a possibility that this pattern could play out throughout the rest of your life?
No. I need to be free of it, and I feel like I am. I truly feel like I haven't felt this way in 30 years. I feel like I birthed that situation and let it go.
Dr. Kim? Hell no, I just asked the youngster what he
shout out my man Case that said we're going to rock in that joint this Saturday.
You already know. Second line, you heard? Oh, that's a whole nother thing. 420, you did, but we ain't tripping.
So let me flip this question back to you.
I'm a little nervous.
Question back to you. Is it possible for you? Is it possible for you, if you are a man in this situation for 30 years, to walk away and just let the woman go if she's made that clear that that's what she wants? Can he let her go?
Who are you asking?
You.
Long Green 400.
I mean, the odds that he wants to, you know what I'm saying? Because at some point, he feels like there's something reliable, there's something safe, there's something comforting. And after 30 years, if he ain't let it go at this point, what reason do I have to believe that he's going to let it go now? You know what I'm saying? Y'all have lived other lives. Y'all have had children or whatever. He's been successful. So, you know what I'm saying? Me, myself, if I've been able to maintain something like that for 30 years, in my heart of hearts, I'm going to believe that there's an opportunity for me to maintain this thing for another 30.
Wait,
but then that's not fair to her, though.
I want to interject in that, just to be very blunt. My understanding, though, as being a male, some of the things I've done, some so-called relationships are just good sex. You have great sex with that person and you love that feeling, and you don't like I remember at a time when I was in my younger 20s, there was this time I would go to the club, and if I couldn't get nothing at the club, I always had this one that I knew I could go to her house at 2:30 in the morning, 3 a.m. in the morning, because it was good. Even though I couldn't catch nothing at the club, I knew once I got there, I was going to have some good,
That wasn't this relationship. That was not this relationship. You keep going back to the physical, and I'm trying to explain to you that the way we operated in love was not it was that was not it. That was not
I think you playing that up a little too much, and the reason why I say that is because whether it was physical or not, you get the same type of enjoyment, whether it's physical, whether it's emotional, whether it's spiritual. You're still getting that benefit from it, right?
Thank you. They create the same thing, and even with you saying it was more emotional. I mean, we can go into it and dissect it and say, well, why did it never move along in the other directions? You said 30 years. Well, how do you go 30 years and never commit in between that? Never commit as far as we say the word commitment, not just dating, but commit, move in and go to the next level. How do you go 30 years and never do all of these things? Like, at some point, you got to think it's only physical, because if it was mentally, you both would say, I can't live without this person. Let's come together as one, as they say, and be one. But
both people have to want that, though. And if one person doesn't want that,
so it has to be physical for someone. Maybe you feel in your way.
I honestly think if I would have gone that path, I would have felt like I was guilted into it.
Hey, you know what? Real quick, you know what it sounds like to me? It almost sounds like how women had the opportunity to vote. It was like you had Pilgrim women, right? That got to vote with the 19th Amendment, and then you had Asian women that got the right to vote in 1952. Then you had Native American women that got the right to vote in 57. And then black women got to vote in 1965. 1965, folks. Now, I'm not going to give up Moose's 100% age, but holy cow, I was close. I mean, not real close, but I was close to being born when black women got the opportunity to vote. So obviously there's choices and there's chances, and yeah, you know what? Maybe somebody liked the size of Homeboy's penis. Maybe somebody liked this. Maybe somebody liked old boy's the way he dropped his game. All those things are factors, and all of us men and women, by the way, don't even know that. Like, it for sure changes. You can go from a large man to a skinny man, a tall man to a short man. Matter of fact, remember we used to say, once you go black, you can't come back. We know that ain't true no more. Like, you know what? Some of them were like, you know what? I ain't messing with them brothers no more. I'm going back to the Pilgrim Boys. I mean, that for sure happens. So, guys, you listen to Heavy Hitters Radio Show, man. We got this relationship thing going, and it's going strong. I'm gonna tell you right now. And we had Chicken as a special guest today. That was drop. You know what? She gave us a full synopsis of a relationship that went wrong, and then how she set up the young man, but then how she came back, how she still loves him. I think she still loves him, by the way. Folks. And you know what? And guess what? I'm gonna say this too. I think if he came back and said the right things, he's back. He's back in the house too. Because you know what? That's how we do. That's how we do, guys. We know how to say the right things to the right lady. She's like, you know what? You ain't as ugly as I thought you was. You're like, I know.
And let me piggyback on that. I'm gonna give you an example of just my life growing up, right?
Yes, Peanut.
This is a small snippet of what I'm writing in my book. Now, imagine me growing up in New Orleans, right? I'm outside shooting marbles. Unbeknownst to me and my siblings and my cousins and a couple of friends, my mom goes shoots at my dad. She comes back running, and he comes back and he shoots in the house where his kids and nieces and nephews are. but yet they still reconcile and have sex and all of these things throughout the year, throughout all these many years. And I'm at that time I'm in elementary, so imagine I'm up into my 20s. They're off and all still having sex. So I say that to say this, that even though you said it was more of a love, right? And I say, well, if you look at that situation with my mom and dad, now they gave birth to me. So is that love if he's shooting in the house where his kids is at? And then they go back and they still reconcile and have sex after that. So is it really love or is it lust? Because if it was love, he would have loved the fact that his kids live in that house. I'm not going to kill somebody. I'm not even going to take that chance to do that. And if she loved me and her kids that much, she would have said, I'm not going to go back to that man. My kids could have died. So is it really love or is it lust?
I think you just took that to a whole different level. This relationship was not abusive.
I'm not saying it was abuse. I'm just
your situation is abusive. Ours was an admiration.
No, you
it
know
was
what?
not.
But it was abusive because you were being cheated on. So whether it be in silence or not, it's still a form of abuse. Abuse comes in different forms.
You mean I was being cheated on the last few months?
Okay, well
that you know of.
Because we dated in our 20s. And then we kind of went our separate ways in terms of a relationship with each other. We stayed connected, but we weren't in a relationship.
You see how you're taking the analogy real personal instead of looking at
because it's my life. So yes, I'm taking it personal. You're suggesting that we had an on-again, off-again, violent, turbulent, toxic relationship.
No, I never said those words. You spoke those words.
Hold on 1 second.
The situation that you described about your parents was abusive and toxic.
Chicken.
And I said, is that love?
But that wasn't my situation.
All right, chicken. Hold on 1 second. Peanut, 1 second. Peanut, 1 second. Chicken, 1 second. You know, here's what I hear. D-Lo, help me out with this. Now, so I see that. You know what? Both relationships, I think, are toxic and turbulent.
For sure.
There's no question. So that they do parallel. Peanut's environment is different than Chicken's environment. Chicken, I know, like his environment is different than your environment. So the frame of reference he's coming from is exactly the same frame of reference you're coming from. It's just different. He's from a borough, you know, in New Orleans that, you know what, man, I shot at that hoe. I love her though. You know, it's the same. It's the exact same as you know what? Right. It's the exact same as in your neighborhood where they was like, man, I threw a piece of fried chicken at her. Like it's exactly the same thing, you know? It's exactly the same love. You know? So
I don't see it, but
I know you don't. I know you don't, but
take the personal part out of it.
Yeah, yes, but I mean, you know what? On this show, D-Lo and Ron, we have talked to so many people that come from different places, like, you know, and like the intensity of their interaction mirrors the other interaction, but it's the intensity is different because of where they're from. You know, and so you're right. If a woman shot at me, I'm never seeing her again. Matter of fact, if she calls me the B word, I'm never seeing her again. If that tells you anything, whereas Peanut, so you know, one woman calls Peanut the B word, he's like, man, I'll see you next Friday when you calm down. You know what I'm saying? When you chill, I'll see you next week.
Not at my house here. It ain't happening.
Right. So, you know, that's kind of how that goes. Hey, man, you guys listen to Heavy Hitters Radio Show, man. This is Moose, a.k.a. Big House, man. We got special guests in the house, man. We got Chicken from Naptown, USA, man. We got Peanut from, you know, by way of New Orleans, man, coming out of Texas. And then we got the usual suspects in the house, man. We got DJ Long Green 400. We got Monsky Love, man, and the lady of the house, man, the one and only Ron EMC. So hey guys, listen. Listen, real quick, man. Why I got you on here, man? I am really feeling a game show. You guys ready?
Game show.
Everybody's like, what game show after all this? Like, I don't even know what you're talking about.
After all this,
like, what are you saying? Like, I'm nervous about a game show.
Is it to see who can go to sleep the fastest? Because I might win that one.
Are you getting sleepy there, homie?
Yeah, it's 10:41.
yeah, I feel like we're on the wrong side of momentum for a random game show.
But I'm here for it. Let's do it. So excited.
I got new music too.
Nah, man.
No, I don't like that.
No?
Go back to the original.
I said, you won't, man.
Lord have mercy. Okay.
Get into the Zoom call, man. No,
Please go changing it up on us right now.
That's hilarious. So here we go. All right. Bear with me. Hey, Ron, you got any
what you got?
you got any news while I'm getting
Sure,
this?
I got some stuff. So, in case you haven't heard, the next presidential debate is canceled. Dak Prescott had to have ankle surgery. We have been told that it was successful. A goat mural has been painted in George Floyd's hometown. It is beautiful. It's got his face on it. It's encouraging people to vote. Are you ready for me to stop talking?
No.
Brother EMC,
Yeah,
can I mention one thing while you're talking about news?
of course.
I just want everybody to just quietly be on the lookout for news about McDonald's and some racial lawsuits that are being dropped apparently around the time that McDonald's went out and started this whole Travis Scott meal. There were lawsuits pertaining to racial discrimination at the top of the company. So they cut like a high percentage of black executives, you know what I'm saying, from the company. So it's been rumored that they dropped the whole Travis Scott thing, and they also went out and got J Balvin for some sort of combo meal too. And so it's being suspected that these celebrity reaches out into these parts of these communities of color are being covered up by the fact that there are two major lawsuits against McDonald's right now.
Interesting. We will keep our eye out for that. Also, if you live in Indiana and want to go to Chicago, you may no longer be able to travel there because Indiana can't get a handle on COVID. Indiana has been added to the Chicago Travel Advisory. Now, there are, of course, some exceptions to that because many people who work in Chicago do live in Indiana. However, it has been added to the list.
All right, y'all, for those who want to know what's happening, just go and watch Hunger Games. We are slowly becoming to, we getting those districts where District 9 and District 7, like we are, those bands are eventually going to start keeping in your own state. You can't even travel outside your state.
Yo, how many people feel sorry for Dak Prescott?
I do.
Not me.
I don't.
That sucks, man.
I don't.
You gonna sit at home with all the millions of dollars? Why he gonna be mad?
I do.
I feel bad he got hurt, but Dak Prescott took a gamble on himself, and he turned down a 5-year, something $1 million contract and said, "I'm worth more," which is nothing wrong with that.
Yeah. Okay, this is what we got to stop doing. There's a value of being a Dallas Cowboy quarterback. It's easy for us who work jobs or own businesses or whatever to say, well, I would never turn down $100 million. Yes, you would if you know that you're worth $200 million.
Agree. I'm not saying that. I'm not saying
that. He gambled and failed.
It was a business decision that he made to turn down that contract. Would you agree or disagree to that? So, anybody knows that in business, any decision that you make is risky.
It's a risk.
The fact that he turned down that contract, for sure.
I'm mad that they didn't offer him a fair. I'm mad that they didn't offer him a fair contract.
That's wrong. That part is wrong.
Offer that man a fair contract.
You know what I'm saying? That piece. That. From a business perspective.
How you offer that man
From a business
less than?
perspective, he knows the business. He was advised of the business. He knew going into it, if I turn this down, what the risks were. True?
Yeah, but you offered him less than Jared Goff and Carson Wentz. Like,
I'm not saying that it was fair. I understand the position that they put him in.
Did you guys see today?
That's still his decision.
Did you guys see today where Stephen A., who I'm not a big fan of, kind of put it in perspective for me? He was like, when the quarterback before him, what's her boy's name? Tony Romo. When Tony Romo was like in his 30s, he was in his 30s and not as productive as Dak. He got all this money and the years and all this kind of stuff. And
not as productive. Not as productive is not necessarily true. Their numbers are very similar.
No, they're not. No, Monsky. We ain't going. I mean, you know what? Again.
But why y'all arguing about that when you should be arguing? This is the big picture. Why are they still playing for the NFL if most black people are the ones that run the NFL? Why don't you start your own? Team? Why don't
that's different.
Still, we're talking about somebody that got hurt for over 100-some odd million. You got people that go out and fight wars for this country to be free.
That's not. But we can't do that. We're not gonna do that. We can't do that because the people who go fight wars, we ain't got no ticket. If they sold tickets to watch them fight wars, they'll make a lot more money. But anybody getting no tickets to see nobody teach no class, anybody buying no tickets to go see you shoot MR16.
But that's the
you said MR16.
Yeah, which one is more important?
No, but I'm saying the reason why athletes get paid money is because people pay to watch them, and they watch them.
That's the only reason. That's the only reason
to get paid.
But who profits the most?
The owners.
The owners. Yeah.
That's why I'm saying, why not start your own league? The thing is,
because you ain't got the facilities.
We ain't got the money,
we're
facilities,
still talking about
the
people that stuck on the policies from when the NFL started.
You're right.
And we're talking about people that's arguing about policy since it started.
Yeah, but you can't start your own league because you got to get the networks involved.
Well, why? Who said that?
Otherwise, nobody's going to watch it. Yeah, otherwise, nobody's going to watch it. Hey, real quick, guys.
They're getting this money now.
Hey, real quick, guys. Hey, listen to Heavy Hitters Radio Show, man, and we done been off the rails on.
Millions.
Jeezy, we done went off the rails.
Nobody want to watch Ron teach third graders.
We went off the rails. We went off the rails.
I'm sorry, Ron.
We went off the rails on Heavy Hitters Radio Show for just a second.
I don't like talking money.
Thank you very much.
Making hundreds of millions.
Hey, so here's what's happening.
We're not gonna watch Ron on NBC teaching a 6th grade class. No, we're not doing it. It's not entertaining. Say,
hey, I will tell you. I will tell you guys.
6 is what class?
Hey, real quick.
They're important, but they're not entertaining.
Hey, real quick.
You can't.
Hey, Jeezy, you got to get control of the mic over there, man.
Who teaches you to be an entertainer if you don't have?
Yeah, but they don't look good, so they can't be on camera. So that's why.
But that's but that's the nonsense with teaching.
Do you want to see an ugly leading lady?
Oh gosh, we're hurting right here. Jeezy, we're hurting. Hey, listen. Hey, Heavy Hitters Radio Show, man. Hey, we got people all around, man. Got great ideas and thoughts, man. And then, you know what? That's what we're about, by the way. Please, people coming in town, like we got the Health Connection is getting married this weekend, man. He got family coming in from all over. Matter of fact, D-Lo 400's a DJ. LGZ and Baku is in the wedding, and I don't know if Run's gonna be there, but man, Moose, aka Big House, will be in the middle of that super spreader. And so we'll see how everybody feels. We'll see how everybody feels in 2 weeks, man. I tell you what, I was just in a wedding this past weekend, and so far, what's today? Wednesday, Tuesday. So I still feel pretty good. Matter of fact, the little seed's right there. He's just walking right by me. The little seed was there too.
He like a little Mushadeen, like he part of one of the Osama's crew.
Hey, dog. Hey, I'm gonna tell you what, man. Dude decided to play football this year, man. balling out, man. Starting like, third grade to senior starting. Whatever you do, man.
Good stuff.
Yeah, man. Yeah. Except he make me remember to chop him in his neck.
Hey, Moose, you see the message I just sent you?
Where at? Oh, yeah. See, I told you. See? You see what I'm saying? Hey, guys, if you look in the chat, so the dude who told me about Jay just called her phone. So guess what? He might have knew what was up. He like, you know what? Let me try to finagle my way into this situation.
She said he stalker. He might know she on this show.
I wonder if
No, not him. The guy who told me about it.
I wonder if the other guys listening.
Oh, he's trying to get with you.
Isn't that funny? Isn't that funny? Especially if he was.
That ain't funny.
It's shady, dog. He broke every man law there is to be. I told you, man.
This show was.
I wouldn't even trust. Actually, we watch football. If he say no, I don't even trust him.
This show was so tragic on so many levels.
That's a nugget for y'all. If you got a man that don't watch sports, you shouldn't date him. You can't trust him. He ain't trustworthy. He don't watch sports. He ain't trustworthy.
Hey, chicken, in 30 days, you better not hit this dude back. You better not hit the dude that just hit you back. You better not say nothing to him. You better not respond.
She already did. She responded.
She was like,
he was
like, hey.
He was like, hey.
With him.
No, you should see.
It's business.
Hey, Moose, only thing with due justice is in 30 days. We come back to this in 30 days.
You know what? I'm with that. Because I'm going to tell you right now, I'm so tired of talking about it. I mean, like, I listen to, like, once we get there, I'm like, oh, my gosh. That's why I wanted to play the game, but never mind. I don't even want to play the game no more. Like, I'm like drained. I'm drained, man.
So come on in your mouth.
Huh?
Whoa.
That's how in the show.
Whoa.
Come on. We over you all.
He's aboard the bus.
It sounds like we're done, but these guys are going crazy.
He's aboard the
Hey, man. Hey, I tell you what, man. You guys listen to Heavy's radio show, and, man, we are totally off the rails tonight. Hey, man, you know what? I think we're going to just be done. Hey, you know what? I enjoy all the people that listen to this show.
That you get on is done, yo.
I enjoy all the people. I'm going to try to focus.
Emotionally drains you? I'm sorry.
I enjoy all the people that like to listen to our show on the way into work and home. All the people that listen to our show in parts.
Bear down.
Because there's so much going on. This is Moose, a.k.a. Big House.
A.k.a. Phil Rivers. Shout out to Phil Rivers, dog. Shout out to Phil Rivers doing what Phil Rivers do, y'all.
For the lady of the house, man, the one and only Run EMC.
Hey, shout out to the Cleveland Browns.
And LGZ Mbaka, who's the star of our show, and Peanut, who's the co-star tonight.
Hey, it's funny, I ain't got no coach talk this week.
The super spreader.
Because they didn't beat the Bears this week. They beat them last week.
Yeah, they lost. Yeah,
but who they beat? Who y'all put this weekend? The Browns. Y'all lost to the Browns.
You know what's funny? You know what's funny?
Y'all lost to the Colts.
I was going to say. You know what's funny? Last week, you acted like we was at a practice game. Now, this week, you got something to say. You wore clothes. We didn't even listen to you.
Who got the better record?
The Bears
we do.
Y'all 2-2.
Who got the head-to-head?
We're not
2-1.
Who got the head-to-head?
We 4-1.
Who got the head-to-head?
No idea. I don't like saying head-to-head.
You're not 4. You guys 4-1.
We 4-1.
Yeah.
So what are we? 3-2?
Yeah. Don't stutter.
We're 3-2.
Baby. Y'all 0-1.
We're 3-2.
Y'all 3-2. With a loss to the Browns.
Wait, didn't they lose? Didn't the Colts beat the Bears?
Who y'all lose to?
Yeah, no, we beat y'all. I mean, this is goofy to me.
What?
Hey, so anyway, all right, listen. This is a goofy conversation. This is a real goofy conversation. This is a goofy conversation since we won the game against the Bears.
Shout out to Phil Rivers.
Hey,
You got the wrong Orange helmet on your shirt, man.
My man Tim Smooth always said, "You're good as your last game."
Yeah, this is goofy. This is goofy though. I mean, we beat them. Like, I don't even understand what we're talking about this. Hey man,
what's
hey
up?
man,
Right.
Ace Everett's radio show. Guess what? For all the people, I try to give everybody individual time, but y'all don't know how to act. So
You messed it up.
hey, for Everett's radio show, man. Remember, we are where you are.
So get comfortable
and come on in.
Your mouth.
All right, listen. Be quiet because I'm still filming.
We out. Peace.
Oh God.
Oh my gosh, I get to see the heavy hitters twice this week. I'm so excited.
I just told you to be quiet for a second. There we go. All right, everybody stop now. Chicken.
Now that everybody thinks I need counseling.
Chicken.
Nobody said that.
Nobody said that.